Detroit, live from Detroit.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man, Jay Johnson, a.k.a. the Tinfoil Hat Titan, a.k.a. the Conspiracy Realist, a.k.a. the Technology Snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text me with your green bubbles, a.k.a. I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say, J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, because you know you can't run without me. Mr. If you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me. AKA the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, dog? I wasn't meaning to laugh during your intro, but I was on Twitter. This nigga Stack was like, Cisco really had y'all young niggas mamas in the bar showing their thongs, and he is not lying. A lot of y'all mamas was no limit soldiers back in the day. And it's your man Dame. 3_313, the West Side Landlord, the Pride of PA, High Chief Dame Don't Fuck Around, the liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite dame, your thong wearing mama's favorite dame, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see, not you, Otis. It's no better than these 4 letters. Thank God for Dame. And if you speaking on Dame, you better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you not saying it right. It's the Honorable Judge Boss Dame and his bitch all rise.
Yo, welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 356.
On you hoes. I got to go back to court.
Damn.
I'm talking about this Judge Dame shit, this Judge Boss Dame shit. I got to go back to court on the 20th.
Well, you know, everything will work out.
It's gonna work out, because I said last year I was like 3 more cases away from having like my life all the fuck way together. This is one of those 3 that I just got to deal with. They just want money. They're not trying to lock me up.
Pay them people what they owe. You feel me? And then
I owe them niggas like damn near a stack. I just don't want to depart with it.
I was talking about that shit on Twitter. Like, you know, everybody be doing the credit repair and shit like that. Like, you just gotta pay them niggas their money, dog. That shit ain't going away.
So
it'll go away temporarily, so somebody can run your credit and shit. But like, until you pay them niggas what they owe, dog.
So, you know, in a shady part of my life, me and some niggas I know used to do credit repair. You know what I'm saying? Just to make a couple extra dollars and help out the community. We used to do credit repair. Some of that shit you can make like shake. Because like these motherfuckers really just be having the information you put on the application, or it'd be like secondhand info. So like
they sell the debt and sell the debt to somebody else.
So like, nigga, if you got Damien and my name is fucking Dame, like, nigga, that ain't me. That ain't me. Well, get that shit off my credit.
To be perfectly honest, I don't. I've been signing a different name on my signature for like 10 years.
Fraud, motherfucker, fraud.
That shit don't matter. If somebody seen you do that shit, you can put X. That shit.
Look, my nigga, I don't want to get too much. You know, I bought a $500,000 house back in the day with no fucking money down, and they just ran my credit. And like, nigga, I ain't had no business to be up in this bitch.
I get it.
Absolutely no business. And when I lost the motherfucker and they foreclosed on this bitch, they tried to come after me for that money. No, sir. I ain't pay a fucking dime. I walked away. Now, my credit was fucked the fuck up for, you know, a couple years, but like
a quick 7.
Yeah. I mean, the bank was like trying to press me for the money. Nigga, I did the motherfucking West Side 2-step on them hoes. They couldn't get $1 from a nigga.
Hey man, yo, just pay them niggas what you owe, dog.
Nah, no.
You can't go around here owing niggas money.
You know who else I'm about to fight again? That doctor that
legitimately pay that nigga his money. He saved your life.
I almost died twice in that nigga's office, and I had to think. I had to think about the first time, because I had a seizure in that nigga office, and then this motherfucker gave me some medicine, nigga. But this nigga gave me a shot. It wasn't for like, you know, wasn't for no STD or nothing, but the nigga gave me a shot. And nigga, by the time I left the office and walked to my car, I couldn't breathe. Nigga, the only thing that fucking saved me, it was like a nurse coming out, and she seen me like. She's like, we need to get you to the hospital.
Matter of fact, I think that's shout out to Dane for being a trooper. We recorded the pod from your hospital.
I was in the hospital. But nigga, I was gasping for air, and I remember she wanted to drive me to the hospital, and I was like, bitch, you can't leave my car here. They're gonna tow it. And you know, I was doing some nefarious shit with my license and registration and proof of insurance. So I had to drive myself to the hospital. But nigga, as soon as we got to the parking lot, nigga, I couldn't walk 2 parking spaces. I was like down on both knees, and she had to go and get me a wheelchair
because you should have ran.
I should have got out my car and dropped to the ground in front of this nigga office and just, you know, just acting like I was going to die. I should have thought about that shit.
No, you was literally about to die. That's what you should have been talking about. You should have been thinking about saving your fucking life.
I'm thinking about my car not getting impounded because I'm dirty as fuck out in Farmington.
Got that. So once you get all your shit together, you should have been trying to sue for malpractice or some sort of negligence. Not a nigga done sued you and he gonna win.
I don't think the what is it? The statute of limitation might still be on my side, my nigga.
All right.
So I'm gonna try and get this nigga.
We'll see if that worked before this week comes. Because it ain't really going.
I'm gonna sue this nigga for like 100 racks. I'm gonna do just something ridiculous. Maybe 200. You want some?
Yeah, I mean, shit, do 4, nigga.
I want to put this nigga out of business.
I mean, he was literally trying to help you though, right?
I mean, that's neither here nor there at this point. That part of the story don't matter.
Black doctor?
Nah, he wasn't a
I
black
thought you said he was blind. This Black History Month. You trying to take
if it was
the black doctor out the hood?
If it was a black man, I'd have been real pissed about this nigga trying to come at me for that little bit of money. It's only $9,000. He could eat that shit. All doctors eat that shit. Why you fucking with me? I know he a broke ass bitch, so I'm gonna try and squeeze the blood out this motherfucker.
The nigga who owe a nigga money. Call it somebody.
Broke ass motherfucker. I'm gonna try and squeeze this nigga to death.
Shit.
Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
All right, I'm gonna give you a good 3 seconds in between before I introduce our guest, so you can't. Once you can't.
Oh no. All right, I'm over it. I'm over it.
We do got a special guest in the building.
We're gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's Skeechy Meechy, the big one, the golden child, the wrist rocker, the Finkel legend, the GOAT, the godly one, the chosen one, the one that came for it all, the one that won't stop, the one that want eternal life, the one that fuck with immortals. I just like how y'all did that, so I just wanted to give you a piece.
Hey man, I'm glad you came. We didn't even prep you, but you came ready. You came ready.
I fuck with immortals. We'll talk about it.
Man.
Right? That's the kind of shit I like here.
But like dudes that rap, they be ready.
Yeah.
They be ready.
Yeah. So we got a special guest in the building. Appreciate you tapping in with us. How you feeling today, my brother? How was your week?
My week was good. Every day when I wake up, it's kind of like I'm never content. So every day it's an ongoing battle to be better every day.
All right.
You know, every day I wake up, I just manifest something new.
We'll dig that. You know, when you reached out to me, I'll be honest, I ain't know like a lot about your music, a lot about you. We get a lot of people that DM us, and I ran it past Jay because I was like, But when you reached out, the approach was different.
It was different.
Yeah,
I was like, I kind of want to talk to him
because a lot of niggas that reach out to us, like, no shade to nobody, but like if we don't know you, we don't have a rapport, you just ain't on our radar. We just be, not to say that we won't talk to niggas, but we kind of handle it a little bit differently. But like you was persistent with it in a professional way, and I was like, man, I mean, we ain't Friday wide open. Let's see if you want to come through. So we appreciate you being here. We're looking forward to getting more into your story and talking about you later on in the episode. Jay, we got a couple shits that went down this week, and I'm glad we introduced you because now you can kind of spill in on the shit we got going on. The NBA been crazy as fuck this week. My nigga Brown broke the scoring record.
Shout out to him.
Facts.
Shout out to him.
Does this make him?
No, but shout out to him.
Okay.
I mean, and who knows where it's gonna end at either, because he broke it. But I mean, he probably got 2, 3, 4 more years.
Another 2. I can see him playing another 2.
He playing one with his son.
I see him playing with his son for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So what? Is he a senior in high school? He played. I don't know.
I don't think he's a senior yet.
No. This is last year. This year, currently, he graduates.
I thought he was a junior.
Nah, he graduate this year.
And then he got to play. He got to be 1 year removed from high school.
Yes,
So-
I mean,
So
Another season.
But wasn't this the year where the NBA about to let the eligibility back open though?
they might, but I don't think.
You don't think
they
it's
do
possible?
it for Brian.
They do it for Brian.
They do it for
Do you
Brian.
think his young dog good enough to go from high school straight to the league?
What's good enough? Like
I
nobody
mean, a
who
good
come-
enough player.
Most of the niggas who. What you think first?
Honestly, I think Brian is not about to let him even fall and make that leap that fast. I think they're gonna get a good year of rec somewhere. He about to be training with $1 million trainers.
Absolutely.
Brian might when little Bronny ready, that nigga might got 3 more inches on him, and we didn't even we don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, little bro look cold actually.
He looked good. I think
nigga-
that's a better look. Let him go to a really good school for a year, get some like college coaching, or let that nigga go to the G League for a
Man, it was-
season.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
for the G
how many
League,
teams in the league? 32?
32.
32 niggas got picked in the first round. How many names you know right now? Last year, 32 niggas got picked in the first
You
round.
never know how these young dogs gonna pan
That's what I
out.
said.
You just
what's-
don't know.
That's why I said what's good enough. People get drafted off talent and what I think you can become in a couple years. We know the
The
boy
draft's so sketchy. You
We
can't
know-
you can't never bet on that shit.
What I'm saying is, Bronny is going to the league because we know the genetics he come from. Ain't like he out here ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whoever picks him up got LeBron for at least a year.
Yeah.
It's not a bad deal. 2 for 1.
Yeah. So he's playing in the league
Okay.
for sure.
Not for sure.
That some shit like that's never been done before, like a father son combo. That'd be dope.
Not in the NBA.
No, I know it was. I remember Griffey Jr., Griffey Sr.
Yeah.
did it. I think it's been done in hockey.
They both got home runs on the same day.
Yeah.
That's some
dope.
G shit. You
That's
feel me?
gangster.
Like what if Brian play with Bronny and them motherfuckers win a title?
That'd be crazy. But
But it ain't happening.
The NBA will write that shit. You know, the NBA was active this week writing the fucking
script.
script.
Shit.
yeah. Nigga
Yeah, 'cause
Kyrie.
They hit us
Yeah.
with the season, the mid-season finale. You feel me? Right before All-Star break. Let's write this shit.
Dog, I legit woke up in the middle of the night just to use the restroom real quick. And I looked at my phone and it was like KD got traded to the Suns. I'm like, nigga, I ain't really up yet. Like, I'm going to go back to sleep.
Fake
'cause
news.
I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? And I saw it on Instagram. And, you see fake pages and shit all the time. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go to sleep because somebody fucking with me. And then when I woke up and seen that shit on Sports Center, I was like, God damn, Phoenix going for it all this year.
I'm faking. See, my man's was just a part of that crazy trade too.
Cool.
Finney Dell Smith getting traded to the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay.
That's my man's.
All right.
So I'm about to be back in Brooklyn,
All right.
out there all the time. You feel me? I don't think he tripping for real. I text him like, you know what I'm saying? New beginnings come with new blessings. You know what I'm saying? Hold
Right.
your head up. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what it be when NBA players get traded. I don't think they more so trip of being traded. It's the foundation that they built off the court.
Yeah.
Niggas got places here. The kids is going to school out here.
And that's what Russell Westbrook wife was talking about. She
was?
like, I got school age kids. The kids,
They in the papers or online, they had ESPN had a headline like a vampire has left the locker room, referring to Russell Westbrook in the LA locker room.
Who said that?
ESPN.
Oh.
They got some articles and she was like, yo, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to my 5-year-old and trying to explain to him that his father is not a vampire because he's at school age children where kids at school are repeating the bad shit they hear on ESPN about their father and like they just soulless. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like how a nigga hoop, cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you start using adjectives about somebody's personal life and calling them out of their names, that's when it get it wild. You feel me?
Yeah.
You can say, off shooting night, he been in a slump, whole 9 yards. Call a nigga a vampire? Like, damn.
So I had a homeboy of mine that played in the NFL for a couple seasons, and I remember he got drafted by Atlanta, then he got traded to he was on the West Coast. He got traded to San Francisco. And he was like, the biggest, and he would say the same thing. I ain't tripping on getting traded. It's just, part of the business, shit like that goes. But he was like, nigga, I got kids that's been in this school system 4 years. Now it's almost like you're a military family. Like you want your kids with you. Now they got to travel, pick up their lives. You got to find new schools. You got to find a crib. Like if you're just a single man and you getting traded, fuck it. I get me a condo in whatever live ass city I'm in and shit, just live good, fuck some new hoes, shit like that. But like if you a nigga with 2-3 kids and a wife, like nigga, a family, you got a lot more shit to think about and a lot more shit. You can't just live in a condo. Like you got to find a home for your fucking family.
We niggas, we gonna find a home in the off season. Right now, you gonna sit your ass in this condo while daddy take care of the family.
While I work, while I go to work.
Don't
Yeah.
fake it.
Like, you know what you signed up for. You knew this shit was coming.
I mean, you want Dior.
You pray for days like this.
You want Dior. You want Louis and all of that other shit. Like I got to go to work to get it.
Yeah, for real.
You want to live in a 5,500 square foot home? Like shit, I got to get off my ass so you can have that shit. So
I need Josiah fired by All-Star Weekend, dog.
Why?
He's the worst GM I've ever seen in my entire life.
Some other niggas.
Give me a name worse than him.
Dog.
That's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
GM.
He's a Detroit legend, but I will never forgive him. Joe Dumars should be
Don't even
fired.
disrespect him to put him in the name as worst GM ever with a nigga like that.
I'll let you go, and then I'm a spit my shit about why I don't fuck with Joe D.
All right, but that got nothing to do with the worst GM ever. That nigga was a
He's
player.
up there. He's up there.
All right.
He's up there.
All right, get the jokes off, because ain't no way in the world you think a nigga,
Jokes?
a nigga who put together
Jokes?
an NBA team who won a championship is comparable to a nigga who lost KD, Kyrie, Harden, signed another nigga who don't shoot the ball.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
I have to say, excuse me, one time. I know I want you to say your piece and everything about it, right?
Okay.
But Joe Dumars is my family. So you can keep them like how you said. Like we
I'ma keep the gloves up. Keep the gloves
If we
up.
talk about basketball,
Keep it-
that's
yeah.
one thing. You feel me? That's family. His son, his family, they're gonna watch this.
That's fine. I love Joe.
Let the record reflect, I'm fucking with Joe Dumars.
I love-
before I knew that.
I love Joe D with the number 4 on the back. That's the Joe Dumars that I love. I am a Bad Boys fan. It is Joe Dumars, the GM
that you love fucking too.
Okay,
Who put together that team that won the championship?
Look.
Give me the name of the GM that put that team
Joe
together.
Dumars.
Okay, then.
Let me scoot a little bit over here.
Look. Joe found some trash, dusted it off, turned it into a championship.
No, that's not how it worked.
He found
smart
a lot
enough to see
Jay.
what other people don't see, or I know what this is worth, and I'm gonna get it. It ain't like I didn't roll the dice and be like, oh shit, look, it's Ben Wallace. I picked Ben Wallace for a reason.
That's fine. I don't think that when people made that Jerry Stackhouse trade, we thought we were getting a fucking defensive icon.
We don't do this shit for a living. Niggas who do that shit for a living, no.
So look, these are my reasons that I have an issue with Joe D. Number one, I don't give a fuck what people say about that Darko trade. If we would have got Melo, that would have changed the trajectory of the Pistons for at least a good decade.
Still won a championship. that year.
Facts.
We won 1, but with Melo, we could have won 2 to 3 more.
We assume.
Easy. All right.
Facts.
All right. Second thing that has my blood boiling with Joe D is the Rodney Stuckey pickup. And just hear me out. Rodney Stuckey had one good playoff run, and we thought, and it looked like Chauncey could be expendable because of Rodney Stuckey and what he looked like. So we traded Chauncey for an aging Allen Iverson, and the AI trade set us back tremendously.
What year was that?
Nigga, I don't remember the year off the top of my head.
It's like
05,
06.
06. Yeah.
When did Joe D become the GM? Because you can't wait to all right, I don't like one of his decisions, I don't like 2 of his decisions, and then bring his name up while I'm talking about the worst GM I've ever seen in my life.
There's more.
Now you
There's
can have
more.
that opinion, because who likes the Darko trade, right? Cool. But niggas didn't know.
We knew that AI was 157 when he put on a Pistons uniform. He wasn't the AI that was killing the East. Like we got a diluted version of Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
We really did.
Hey, but you cold though.
Josh, and then the Josh, what was his name? Josh Smith.
So-
another trade another signing that fucked us up, along with Ben Gordon and Charlie Villanueva. We were trying to do the same thing all over again, but them pieces couldn't ball together. And then, there's still more. There's still more. We picked up Mo Cheeks, and then we got Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings and that Achilles stopped them from. But Mo Cheeks wasn't really fucking with Brandon Jennings and giving him the run that he needed on the court. Then Andre Drummond.
So time out. I just want to make sure I understand.
Okay.
So you blaming the GM for a nigga tearing his Achilles, and what the coach decided to.
There was a lot of friction between Mo Cheeks and Brandon Jennings
Before or after they both got hired and put on the team? Because how you talking about the friction between the coach and the player? What the fuck that got to do with the GM?
You make the behind the scenes
Every
decisions to get
single
these.
person on every single team got an issue. One of them players got an issue with their coach.
So I'm just gonna wrap it up with this.
Brandon Jennings balled out when he was here.
I want to touch on what you said though. I gotta give flowers when I post to. Yo, 2 first segments that you said, valid points. That Rodney Stuckey and that Darko was valid. I hate to keep plugging, but can I plug in?
Go ahead.
Josh Smith, that's my man's too. Smooth. What's up, Smooth? Andre Drummond, Vegas, Miami, mansion parties. I had my young dog with me. He almost was saying some shit. Drummond looking at him like, what the fuck is he on? It was a whole bunch of females in there. My young dog keep walking up to the females like, are you an angel? She like, huh? He like, you see what you enjoying right now? You in heaven. I say, bro, you got to chill the fuck out.
You scaring them.
You scaring them. Drummond like, they cooking the food.
Drummond Rookie of the Year?
They cooking the food.
No, he wasn't Rookie of the Year.
Drummond like,
don't give him that much.
Y'all gotta, like, excuse man, I think it's time for everybody to go. I'm like, the food ain't even done yet. My man's like, we end up staying because my other dog, Free Vo, he fighting the case right now. But Vo, he like a leader too, thrust guys. He like, man, we gonna absorb the energy. We gonna stay here. The vibes is positive. Then Drummond kind of cool. Now, cause we have my brother with us, Trey Burke. Okay. That's how we even got there with Drummond. That's my brother. Shout out to
I wish
TB.
you would have picked up Trey Burke in the draft. Like, it's just a lot of things I don't agree with, and
so that makes him the worst GM.
So
that's what I mean.
All right,
we can have a conversation about missteps.
The Brooklyn Nets GM is way worse.
All right, maybe I can look. I'll walk.
The nigga ain't never won nothing.
I will walk back the worst GM. What I will say is that I am a passionate Pistons fan. That is my team. I ride or die with them niggas year in and year fucking
You're not doing
out.
Your team
I
no
just
favors right now.
Because I just want to see them niggas be successful.
Josiah, and you just spent 10 minutes disrespecting Joe D. How does that work?
I just wish Joe D would have made a couple different tweaks. That's all.
How you feel about the Pistons now, though?
I feel like my Pistons now are on an upswing.
Mm-hmm.
The James Wiseman pickup, I like it. We got some bigs down on the blocks. I wish we could have kept Sadiq Bey because he a scorer. He a scorer, but you know, you in order to play in the East, you need big men. I mean, it's just Boston got bigs. Milwaukee got bigs. We got if you're gonna match up in the playoffs, you're gonna run up against Giannis, and you can't stop him. But if you ain't got bodies to throw at him to slow him down, you ain't got no chance. I feel like my Pistons are 2 players away from contending.
Who is the young guy on the Pistons? I always forget his name. He young. Dark skinned and big.
Jalen Duren. You put Wiseman and Duren down on the block, them niggas gonna hold it down. They gonna hold it down. But I feel like my Pistons 2 players away.
Like what type of 2 players away? Superstar player or just 2 fitting pieces?
So they gonna get a lottery pick. You know, I feel like they gonna get a lottery pick.
Top 5 pick?
No, I think that's a little ambitious.
They gonna fuck us?
Yeah, they're not gonna let us get two like top 5 picks in 3 years. Like, I just don't see the script going that way.
Yeah.
You know who I would love to see in a Pistons uniform? He balling out right up the street. My nigga Imani Bates.
Woo.
I feel like Imani Bates would be.
I want him.
Get him home.
I would love for him to ball, but I don't want him home.
It's a lot of shit that come with coming back to the crib.
You ain't like the Ipsy move?
It's not that I mean, I don't want to like say you did the wrong move as a whole person, but like sometimes it's easier when all your friends and family not right there. You know what I'm saying? You can be away from everything, get zoned out. Not saying he can't do it here.
But he been balling up at Eastern, but like we never see it because Eastern don't play nobody.
Exactly. I knew he was gonna be great. I'm in the projects, chilling in the projects. His close friend there, this nigga got Imani Banks tatted on his top of his fucking eyebrow.
Wow.
I say, damn, this shit's serious. I had nothing bad to say about it because that's your people and you love them like that and shit. I'm riding with you. He got that motherfucker right there. I just seen him at the pistol game. He got that motherfucker right there. I'm like, that nigga warrior.
The only thing I'm with you on that point, like being close to the crib bring its own set of problems. I just hope that he got a good, strong team around him that if by some reason he would have become a Piston, like they keep him
I'm not
together.
gonna be mad. He comes to Pistons. Cause I watch a couple of you Instagram NBA Switch Cultures and I forget the other dude whose name we break down this shit. But
Rashard Phillips be breaking down shit too on Twitter.
Shout out to
on Instagram.
Fucking Detroit hoop legend.
Yeah.
But like Imani Banks is cold. Like
2 players away, and my Pistons they gonna be in the mix. Give them another year or two, they gonna be in the mix. And I think Troy Weaver is the perfect GM for what we need. He building a squad.
Get off basketball.
All right.
Year 3 got to be outstanding for Cade.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's time you start turning the corner.
Fuck yeah. He needs 40s. You got to put up 40s, triple doubles.
Time you start turning the corner.
He need a buzzer beater.
Like that.
He needs
that shot.
Yeah. And he got to and when he come back from this injury, he got to put up numbers. I need K doing like 25 a night.
Facts.
25 and 7 every night.
Yeah.
Every night. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we going to need because it's his team. And that third year, that rookie contract, you decide.
Is it his team yet?
Yes.
When everybody knew.
I don't know that.
And
that boy Jay Ivey.
I think Jake need a little bit more time.
Shit, year 2, he gonna be a fucking dog.
He need a little bit more time, but I think definitively you gotta build around Cade Cunningham.
Facts.
We ain't got a whole year out of K yet.
Not a whole 1 year.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the point guard is typically the point guard's team, but like with a bunch of new talent, and ain't nobody really put their foot all the way down yet. Like I don't know who team it is.
Can I ask y'all a question? Is Jaden Ivey a baby Russell Westbrook?
It's too early to tell.
Any signs?
His game hasn't been consistent, and I don't want to compare him to Russell for the inconsistencies because we got a lot of good years out of Russell Westbrook. Niggas, you know, they shitted on him for them years that he averaged a triple double. You know, he was stat chasing and all that, but to go out for like 3 seasons in a row and average a triple double, that shit just don't happen by mistake.
And he did 4
don't happen by mistake.
all together, right?
Yeah, that shit don't happen by mistake. Like you gotta be
Even
balling.
if you're trying to stat the stat stuff some stats, yo, that's not an easy task. Not saying he was, but like if that was my goal, man, you can't stop me from averaging a triple double.
You balling on both ends of the court
4 times
all night long.
Yo, remember always the argument we talk about like Oscar Robertson or something. It was like, well, you know, he averaged a triple double. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't see him play. We just too young to see him play. But he averaged a triple double. This nigga did this shit 4 times.
Y'all seen that meme? They trying to say that Kareem was jealous that LeBron broke the record. I don't see it that way.
You know, Kareem always been kind of like a snarky ass old nigga. And
For real?
What
you mean by snarky?
Like he be real opinionated and back in my day, you know, type of old
when he was
nigga.
young, like I don't know if y'all watched this shit on HBO. Like even when Kareem was young, he's always been like mean, not like
arrogant.
Like I don't want to do it. He was like he was an old ass nigga when he was 22. You know what I'm saying? Like he was an old man. Like I ain't trying to do that shit. Like too loud. All that playing. Y'all ain't serious enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I think that because he had some comments and you know, he was always been big into social justice and politics and shit like that. So when he don't like somebody thought process or I don't think this is the way that you should be doing stuff, he'll write about it or speak about it. So yeah, says something in regards to LeBron. I don't think I mean, the media do what the media do.
Exactly.
So that's why they probably were like, oh, he got to be angry.
You know, I think it's a thing that a trend that sometimes we see, or this is just my take on it. A lot of dudes, older generation, it'd be hard for them to put their arm around and embrace somebody else from the younger generation. Kareem held on to the record for damn near 40 years. I mean, that in itself shows you how hard it is to get the record. And when you've had something that long, when your name has been associated with something that long, and then you see somebody else coming up to,
It's bittersweet.
yeah, I think it's more so that than just disdain and hate. But like, these records are meant to be, they're meant to be
Never
broken.
said nothing negative about him in regards to basketball. So anybody who's trying to say that, they really projecting or just trying to get some shit out there. You know what I'm saying?
Did something change in our DNA? Because if you look
Yes.
to the class of basketball, all them niggas looked at old as fuck. And they was 21.
Yeah.
These niggas
I
was
think it
looking
switched back,
old.
though.
Huh?
I think it changed and it changed back because these kids right now look old as fuck.
Yeah, because Zion came, that bitch looking like he 32.
Like, and just in general, like,
Look, dog, my son, you know, my middle son, like, I bought him some shit for Christmas and I saw him wear it and it was just like too big. And I was like, oh, well, I just take it back. But I just never got around to taking it back. He walked out the house today in the shit that I bought him and it fit. And I really had to like take a second and look at him like, yo, he done grew. Like he damn near, like my son is damn near 6 feet. He over 200 pounds. He's 16 years old.
It's a beast.
oh, I thought you were talking about your oldest son.
No, I'm talking about the middle one.
Oh.
So I mean,
16?
well, he'll be 16 in like a couple months. I'm like, shit. The doctor told us like a couple years ago. He was like, he'd probably be like 6'4", 6'5", but I didn't see it. Like, and when it's your baby, like, you know, but like today when he got in the car, like that's a young. Not to say, you know, because I know he listens sometimes, I can still take you. You understand? Your old man is wild than a motherfucker. I can still take you, but you're getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to tussle with him, but if it come down to it, I'll take you to the flow. So, I mean, it's something different. It's the food, my nigga. It's all the, it's that processed food. It's them fake ass chickens. It's this synthetic milk they drinking. Like, it's all that shit.
Yeah, trying to clone 3 super cows and shit, and I don't
Them
want
niggas
no parts
making
of it.
milk.
I don't want no parts of it. They said they're making an extraordinary amount of milk, and they make 3 big ass super cows. They cloned them, so like I don't want no parts of this shit. I remember like
You gonna be eating synthetic steaks in about 5 years.
20 years ago they cloned a goat. You feel me? Or it was a sheep. Same difference. I forgot what they named them, but if it, like, fam, in the last 20 years, you done cloned a person by now, dog. I know we be joking and memeing and laughing about that shit.
Yeah.
But like, fam, over 20 years ago, you did a sheep. Now you just did a cow.
So there's a company that will clone your pet. So say
Yeah,
like
for sure.
you got a pit bull, you love your pit bull to death, and you know he on the way out. They'll take a little bit of that nigga DNA for about $20K. They'll make the same dog again.
Ain't that fucking crazy?
But it's the same dog want to know that the owners?
Nah. I mean,
I don't know.
I would think no, but like, how would you know? You feel me? Like, how would we know?
Do I have to train it all over again? Or like that nigga just come, you know what I'm saying? He come pre-made.
I'm like, nigga, I said sit. What the fuck? We've been doing this.
We went through this 20 years ago. We went through this 20 years ago. You know what the fuck to do.
It's just the same genetically. They don't take their consciousness and their awareness. That would be dope. Would you? All right, here we go.
Fuck no.
All right, Pete. If you had the opportunity to transfer your conscience digitally so it can last forever out in the ethos, would you do it?
Of course. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Your consciousness?
I'll do it. I can tell you why I do it.
What's up? I need to hear this.
Because
Sell me on it.
I'm about to sell you. Because the gift that God gave me is my voice. And I'm going to speak conscious into people. So I'm going to live on for eternity. If my conscience out there, somebody going to take a liking into my conscience and they just going to keep making more of me.
Okay. I ain't look at it from that aspect.
Man, I heard somebody talking today about, consciousness is somewhere and these bodies are downloading the consciousness because this is just a physical shell.
Yeah.
And this is our soul or whatever that life, whatever that force is, it's not actually, it's just in here. It don't reside here. It's just chilling, animating this body, but our consciousness is being downloaded from something. Then it got me to thinking like, all right, but once this shell is over with, now where the conscience go?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the eternal question. Like, what happens after you die? If energy can't be destroyed, it can only be transferred. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty. So what would you do? All right, slight change. Slight change. I don't know if y'all.
I'm glad that you brought that up, but go ahead.
Slight change. Same topic, but like, I don't know if you ever seen the HBO show Westworld. They were making clones of people, right?
Right.
So you an exact clone, but like up until that point, you make a clone of yourself, and then like the real you is died and killed on, right? But the machine or the clone version has no idea that the real you is gone. They think that they you, and all their memories and everything syncs up into that exact point.
They made movies about that.
Yeah, but like Mahershala Ali was just in a movie about that.
Yeah. That's the movie I was thinking about.
Yeah, but like, would you do that? Because technically, you are gone, but your clone version of yourself or your consciousness don't know that, and it moves on. You feel me?
So I would say like because I was thinking of the Marshall Ali movie, and I was thinking for that, yes, because if I died, my family would still have me around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my kids, whoever I marry, like I would still be there.
The plot of the movie was the guy was sick. You know what I'm saying? He had a terminal illness. He's about to die. He never told his wife because his wife was at a twin sister who died and took her years to get over it, like almost wrecked her. So got a baby on the way. They got a small child. So it's in the future somewhere, and he can make an exact clone of himself without the illness or whatever. So his family never will leave without. And so they made the clone. He met the clone. You know what I'm saying? They talked, and they took the clone, went to the crib, and they was watching him through like glasses and shit, and just basically making sure everything was cool. But he changed his mind at the last moment, like, nah, because you really seeing yourself. You watching somebody else with your family, and they loving each other, and they doing all the other stuff. And
the clone was so seamless, like his family didn't know the difference.
And so then he was like, nah, he almost fucked it up and tried to go home and like stop the clone or whatever. But after he would have died, they wiped the clone memory of ever meeting the original. So the clone literally never knows it's a clone. He just feel like I'm just been living life. But in this particular situation, it's like, hey, I am trying to protect my wife's feelings and her harm everything, and I needed my son needs a father, and if I was just to die, all that goes away. I got the best person in the world, me, there to protect him. Like, I think I would do it.
Yeah, for that reason, for like my family, but that could even be like a little selfish to them.
Yeah,
to an extent.
That's how I was more so looking at it. It's like we gonna have to just deal with this thing called life. Cause shit, my daddy was killed when I was 5. How will I know that trauma and that pain for me to be raised the right way if another one just stepped in and I never knew about what can happen out in this world?
Yeah,
you feel me? So.
And that's the selfishness in it, because you just thinking about what you want for them, but like. Like you said, like death is just an inevitable part of life. We closer to death every single day.
And if you have the ability to stop that, would you want to?
For me, I would, if I can stop myself.
But I
like, because it looked like when she lost her sister, like she went into a deep depression. She got checked into a mental facility, and it took a long time to bring that out. And like, yo, she not about to be able to, stand me leaving. Pregnant with a new son, and our other son like 3 years old. Like when me leaving, and my income goes with me, right? So like, oh man,
I can't. If we gonna do that, I cannot watch it like he did. This shit has to happen immediately.
Yeah, like you gotta, like I die on Thursday, nigga. You take over Friday.
Yeah, it has to go like that.
But see, it was relatively new because this nigga was like the third person or the second person that did it. But they be skeptical. But like, what if it don't act like me? And I want to see you interact with my wife. I wanted to make sure that everything was all 100%. The dog didn't fuck with him though.
Okay,
the dog knew.
Animals know.
Yeah,
animals know.
Because what if he flip out and strangle everybody?
That's what he thought. He legitimately thought that happened.
Look, my nigga, this may sound selfish. I don't want this synthetic. I don't want this carbon copy of me fucking my wife.
Because that happened.
Bitch, when I die, the dick died too. Plain and simple.
Now you
gonna get a new one.
You mad at her and she don't even know nothing. She think it's you and shit.
You got to go get a new nigga and I'm going to haunt the house. That's what's going to happen.
He might be fucking for real. You was going an hour, he going 6.
But he like your exact match. But he brand new.
Like, he's going crazy with my wife.
Crazy. She like, what got into you? For real.
Nigga, a new fucking battery? A new charged up battery?
For real.
Yo, this shit brand new.
You been working all day?
You know, but it's funny, but like niggas think about some, look, my nigga.
This shit was so expensive, right, to do this clone. What if we did all that shit and then the first night nigga get hit by a car? Y'all get in a car accident, like, damn. Like, all this shit I just did, I didn't watch the nigga fuck my wife just for the clone to die the next day in a car accident. Like,
look, my
nigga, refund?
So I got a homeboy of mine. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but my nigga like he get drunk as fuck, and he gonna know it's him when I say this shit. So my homeboy get fucking washed, and he wear like a lot of jewelry and shit. Flashy ass niggas, my nigga. I love him to death. Every time he get drunk, he start taking off his chain, his robe. He be like, D, I love you so much, bro. You'll never ask me for shit. He's like, nigga, I won't give you my Rolex, and I be like, all right, I don't argue, because he been doing this shit for years. You know how niggas get drunk, be like, I love you.
For sure.
He do the, I'm gonna give you my Rolex, my nigga, because I love you and I want you to have it. I want you to have it in case something ever happened to me. And like a day or two later, when he sober up,
hey, that leave my watch at your house.
nigga hit me up. He be like, dog, please say I was like, nigga, you know I got your watch. Like, just I'll see you at the bar later and I'll bring it with me. You know I got your watch. And that nigga, so he got real drunk as fuck. He's like, nigga, what if I die? And then my wife, he was like, and my wife get remarried to somebody in the house I built, and that nigga sleep on my side of the bed.
It's gonna happen, my G.
I'm like, nigga, you don't have to die for that shit to happen. All she gotta do is get divorced. You ain't even gotta die. Where the fuck you think he gonna sleep at? Your side of the bed.
Your wife passed, you want her to move on?
Yeah. They should. So like,
how quickly you are? How quickly you are?
So look, when my mom passed,
yeah,
my dad was like, kind of chill for maybe about a year. And then he came to me one day. He was like, look, man, he's like, what you feel about me starting to date? And I just had a real conversation with him in a moment. And it might sound like harsh, but I'm like, Mom dead. Like, she ain't coming back. And I know you love, like, y'all been together 30 plus years. I know you love her, but like, you still a man. Like, we father, son, but like, nigga, we both men.
Man.
Like, you got to do, nigga, your dad remarried.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough transition for some in the family.
Now, I ain't calling her mom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. When you took them headphones off, I thought you was on your Birdman shit. I thought you was about to be like, I ain't gonna say it no more. I say, what the fuck is going on? Is this shit done? What the fuck was going on?
Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious.
I ain't gonna lie, I got a compliment on your wood. You and this bitch is looking like Pac and Tommy Buns. I'm like, shit, that's fucking this hilarious. Death Row Records to this bitch. He about to sign me.
Welcome to Death Row.
I was looking for Pac 20 years. Here you go. Doing the podcast.
Welcome to Death Row.
Oh, man. So look, I wanted to bring up something because you was...
Hold on. Here goes Suge Knight.
Low key, we said for a long ass time we was gonna do the
Suge and Pac is Halloween.
Y'all better.
His birthday's like on
My birthday's November 1st.
Y'all better go to anywhere they say 5,000 costume winner.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna win that shit.
Look, we walk in there, Suge and Pac.
Oh,
so
my
Dame
fucking
used to be a lot bigger, but when he trying to duck and dodge paying the nigga his money, he almost died, right?
Yeah,
so he a lot smaller than what he used to be.
I used to be like damn close to 300 pounds, so we probably could have pulled it off real good back in the day. So look, I want
you just came home, shoot. Like they exonerated you.
There you go.
I'll be honest, dog. I want Suge to come home, dog.
Me too. But he a motherfucker.
I would love for him to tell his own story,
The real story.
Yeah, himself before he passed, like the real.
You seen that documentary they did on Suge on Showtime?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Man, I love that shit.
Cause he a real good nigga.
So you know what's so wild, dog? And I know this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but like Suge get a bad rap with Pac. Yo, Suge was the only nigga that rolled for Pac after he died. You know how many niggas died after Pac got killed? Like in real life, like niggas got murdered for like 3 weeks, dog.
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies.
Yes. On both, like that shit happened immediately for a long time. And like they be like, no, Suge shot me. Like, damn, nigga, I'm out here honoring my mans, and I get the bad rap. After he gone, y'all say I did him wrong. Like, this was really my man, dog.
Yeah,
like, in real life.
I would just love to hear the Suge Knight story from Suge, because a lot of like niggas die before they able to tell their truth. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not excusing anything.
No, because he ran them niggas over with the truck. He hit them niggas with that truck.
Well, I would have did the same shit. A nigga pulled a blicky on me, I'm getting the fuck on. And unfortunately, somebody, innocent bystander, so to speak, a friend of his, you know what I'm saying?
I want to laugh.
He crippled that nigga.
I want to laugh about it because I know somebody that hit a motherfucker with their truck. And let me tell you something. Oh man, this is so bad. This is so bad. Because I was in the truck when he ran over the nigga. And I'm gonna tell you something. The way a grown man screams when he getting run over with a truck should have changed your life in the worst way.
Well, it ended his life.
Yeah, luckily this nigga didn't die. But
yeah,
he came.
A man who
he definitely walked with a little bit of hip hop
stuff.
He did die.
Yeah, he
I don't think it was the initial hit. It was the rollback.
Yeah.
Cause he rolled back.
Got to make sure he did.
Shit.
Got to make sure.
No, that wasn't it. Like,
but I'm saying, like,
the third party had a pistol, and I got to get the fuck out of here. You feel me? It's on tape. It's not like it ain't on tape. You know what I'm saying?
It's
third
out there.
party comes up, the blick get pulled. I try to skirt off. I didn't make it the first time. I had to back up and skirt off, and then somebody, an innocent person who was friends with both of them, who kind of brokered them to come there, and that's unfortunate because my man is beloved. But
it is.
So in that situation, what Pac would have did?
Pac would have rolled with Suge no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah, he'd have jumped out the window. All on everybody.
Motherfucker, West Side.
Yeah. So hold on real quick before we get into the rest of the shit. I just wanted to hit you with this. One of our followers hit me up. His Instagram is I Got Them Beers, and was talking about like, yo, Jay got a really bad habit of moving the goalpost in y'all debates. This is straight from our Shop Talk Instagram DMs, because last week we was talking about other rappers that put other niggas on that got bigger that still had like some fame.
You know, I went back and listened to the podcast.
Okay. And you were still wrong.
I disagree with you. I will say I think Cam did put his mans, who was Jimmy, on. And Cam definitely put Jewels on.
Mace put Cam on. He said import Royce on. I'm a little on the fence with that one. And then Ludacris put on 2 Chainz.
Ludacris did not put on
2 Chainz was in Disturbing the Peace.
He didn't get him
Ask
there though.
2 Chainz if Ludacris put him on. That's why they don't get along, because you didn't put me on. So I can't give you Ludacris put on 2 Chainz.
Okay.
Well, but that's just my opinion.
That's
I didn't
fair.
agree with Dre putting on Snoop, because clearly Dre did on Snoop, but they wasn't homies. That's not the nigga I came up with. I'm trying to put my mans on, which was the spirit of the whole thing.
Yeah, so I give
like
you that
Nelly
one.
tried to put on the St. Lunatics, it didn't work out. Him tried to put on D12, it didn't work out long term.
The Snoop,
you know what I'm saying?
The
Like
Snoop thing was more like I found somebody with talent, and then
Kanye tried to have GLC on. I like GLC, but it didn't work out in the giant scope of things.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of rappers that put on their homeboys and it literally works out. Detroit
I look at
is different.
I look at
because that shit legitimately be happening, but like
I look at the Snoop Dre more like Kanye and Big Sean. Like you saw a talented artist, it was just the right time, opportunity. You help hone that sound and put them on. Now,
I'm glad you agree with me now because last week you gave me.
I agree with that one. Now, if
you brung up the opposite and we argued over it, but now this week you agree.
No, I agree with the Dre shit. I still stand firm that Big Pun got put on by Fat Joe. I still stand firm on that.
Right. I personally disagree.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So now that we got some.
Well, the only reason I personally disagree is because at the time Pun was bigger than Joe.
All right, man, but
like Pun wasn't.
Joe was an established artist. He put Pun on because he was established.
More people knew Pun in 1998 than knew Fat Joe.
All right, man.
More people knew that's just my opinion. Now, I mean, it's hard to argue an opinion, but like that's just my opinion.
That's fine. We just not gonna see eye to eye on that one.
Who came out first?
Big Pun.
No, Fat Joe came out
first. My bad. I meant to say Fat Joe came out first.
But the idea was like most rappers never put their mans on, and like the man goes on to have this giant fucking career, and that either rivals or outshines the other one. I mean, we really only got 2 to 3 years of Pun before he died.
Yeah.
And the Fat Joe that we know now didn't happen until the 2000s. Not when like.
I mean, that nigga wrote some hits after Pun died.
Yeah, like Joe wasn't a household name like that. Anyway, we ain't about to argue that.
That's fine. We ain't got to argue that.
Because I fuck with I love Fat Joe.
Yeah, we ain't got to argue that. But we want to get into you and your music and your journey because you said something real specific to me when we had like our talks before we got you up in here. You were saying that God saved your life.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on that, and then we talk about the music and what you got going on. How do you feel? Like, you know, we all spiritual out, you know, in church and all of that. But how do you feel just for yourself personally that happened?
For one, I was born a leader. Like my mama always thought I was a follower because I was doing so much shit. But I'm like, I'm the real leader. She's like, them boys got you down there breaking in them houses. And I was like, well, that's me. Yeah. I'm doing this because I felt like I don't put the blame on it. But growing up at 5 and knowing that my pops got killed, it kind of got me aware of the world at a young age. Like, I remember the funeral at 5. I remember my Uncle Burger picking me up. I fucked my fit up. We getting close. I pissed on myself. I was so nervous.
Nice.
Then when I go in the funeral, all I remember is black. Everybody got on black. And when I walk up to the casket, I'm so little to look in the casket. So I reached up and grabbed it and almost tipped it. And I just hear everybody just in the, oh. Then after that, it was like, we go back to my grandma's house, my grandma Mary, and I want to just play with the kids. But I'm standing in lines getting kisses on both sides of my cheeks for 30 minutes at a time. When I'm trying to run and play, little Meechy, come here. Little Tony, I got to run back up. I forgot about the funeral now. I'm 5 years old. So I'm just trying to play, but I keep getting reminded.
Everything was going on.
You feel me? But when I keep getting kisses for nothing, it's like I'm getting back sad. So, you know, I feel like I kept that with me. You know, we'd be places and other kids, oh, you ain't got your daddy, you ain't got this. And then I cry about it, but I soaked it in. Then what got me to the next point, you know, I grew up light-skinned, long hair, feel me? I'm spoiled. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to school, with signs on, wires. I'm in middle school. They like, you wearing dress shoes? No, baby, these Nike Lab Kohans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a great stepdaddy in my life as well. My stepdaddy, his name was JD. I call him JD to this day, but he changed his name to Ajimu Mensa. So, and he was a manager at Blue Cross Blue Shield for over 20 years. So every day I come home, I'm seeing the suit tie guy coming to the home in the hood. You know, I'm from Finkel. He well respected for my block because they ain't seeing shit like this.
Yeah.
They ain't seeing a nigga put up in a Riviera with a different suit on every day. You know what I'm saying? So when it got to a point where niggas think I'm sweet, niggas trying to take from me, You know what I'm saying? Like I got an older brother, you know what I'm saying? I was the savage one where my older brother don't gotta be like that. Like he was number 1 in PSAL, Public School Academy League. His name Dominique Marsh, you know what I'm saying? But his career went through what it went through, Pittsburgh. Like a lot of things happened, you know what I'm saying? But so I gotta be the one that show niggas we not playing over here. Like I'm a product of the environment. So now me being a leader, it's like it's easy to control the situations. Like instead of getting them Jordans on Saturdays, I started buying guns because I got some money. Feel me? My pops was in the army, so my mama receiving them checks, but I'm getting a little bit more of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I go to the Foot Locker, chance whatever, I'm not getting 1 shoe. I'm getting 2 or 3. But I'm spoiled. I'm thinking it's northern. My mama ran a daycare, so it's already
money coming in all the time.
All the time, tops and toddlers. So, man, I just wanted to show niggas that I don't play. Like, I just wanted to, because now I've got the chip on my shoulder. Like, what happened to my pops can't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might get aggressive out here. So, I fell in love with it, man. I fell in love with the streets. But I'm the only one in my family that's like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just started turning up. I fell in love. I got a rush from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm robbing niggas. I'm doing everything that come with it. I'm just leading niggas in the wrong direction. But at the time, I'm feeling like this the right direction. You know, I started murder gang. You know, these young niggas, I had niggas trained so well.
You know what it sounded like? Like, yeah, I started murdering niggas. I'm like, damn, we got to edit that part out.
Nah. No, never. Ever in my life have I. Ever. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I had it set up to where, like, when young niggas meet me, when they walk up to see me, they already know who I am, but I don't know nothing. But if you get in my presence, I'm like, yeah, what up? They bring you to come see me. Like, you know, you're going to have to do something for me. You know what I'm saying? I do whatever you say, Skeech. How you want to do this? And then, you know, you young, you grow up, so the tests get bigger. But it used to be small tests that's just, when that lady walk out of Little Caesars, snatch the pizza box. We got to eat some food. You know what I'm saying? It's just we doing whatever. Because but you know, I still had to come home. It's still young time. I still got curfews. But in between that curfew, I'm fucking shit up. But then I go back in the crib, do my work, do everything. But I'm really ready to get back outside the next day. So I'm getting to a point where it's like, I think this it. I think this everything. My life is already what it's gonna be. I'm just gonna be one of these type of niggas.
So how do you handle the difference from you seeing somebody come inside of the home every day, suit and tie, who work a corporate job? How do you balance that life? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here in the streets terrorizing and shit.
But we still talking about different times in my life. Because at certain times this suit and tie shit is going on when I still gotta live here. So it's just I'm gonna act like the good person. When I gotta come home, I'm gonna be obedient. I ain't gonna disrespect my family. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Yeah. You know, so I'm high and doing everything. But see, I know I walked it. I was trying to give a vivid picture of what I was speaking on, but this is why God saved my life, because it got to a point where I was so close to making this transition on the dark side to where I was getting promised everything. Like, all I gotta do is keep doing what I'm doing. All I gotta do is just hold this shit down, increase the murder rate. That's all I gotta do. And this shit gonna work out. Then, no, I've always been a crime man. I've always been a God-fearing man. It's always been inside of me. I always had that relationship with God, because I used to see my pops after he died. I used to see him in my room and shit. And I'd be scared as fuck to go to sleep. I see him in there, and I was praying young, telling God, like, God, you know what I'm saying, save the world today. Please don't let nobody die. Don't let nothing happen. Oh, yeah, please don't let me see my daddy tonight. Please just, I don't want to see him. Like, I like, for years, I slept under the cover. Because then if I can bring him back to do that now, I can understand it. I cut the lights off. I know you about to come back in the room. But then it was so scary to me. Yeah. Then I go to my grandma's house. She got a whole room that's a memorial, like a memorabilia room, and she'd have me go down to the Frigidaire, give me some Pepsi. What? I'd be so scared to walk past that room, because I know he in there. But then some days I go in that room, like, man, fuck it, I'm about to go in there. And I go in there, I feel them all in there and shit. So it took me to get older, and I talked to my grandma about it. She was like, he still be at the foot of my bed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now God revealing to me at this pedestal I'm about to reach, like, hold on, son, I got to reveal something to you. You know, I'm listening to him because, you know, God hear you through praying and through crying. So he revealing like your whole life, you've been rude and following the devil ways. It's not my work. But I let you go through that process in order for you to come to this side, and you can say the streets. You can talk to the young brothers. You can talk to the older ones, because they gonna listen to you when you bring God up, because your story is different. They gonna have to relate. You know what I'm saying? So he was telling me, like, you got decisions to make. Now that I'm revealing it to you, do you want to still stay over here, or you want to kill the flesh and you want to be rebirthed again? What decision you gonna make? What you doing? I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go this way. And mind you, I'm fighting a case. Trey Burke called me. He called me, you know, my favorite basketball player. He called me. I'm like, what up? Who this? He's like, it's Trey Burke. I'm like, the Hooper? He like, yeah, it's Trey Burke. I'm like, damn, how you get my number? He like, don't worry about how you got my number. Like, just know I'm here for you. Like, what's up? He like, God told me to come into your life. Help change your life. Whatever you need me to do, I'm gonna do it for you. So Trey, he made millions. But he like, you remind me of a pot. You so thuggish, but you spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm thinking like, this like a confirmation of, I don't got this around me. I don't got another brother that I can talk to. Now at this time, I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't got another brother that I can speak to spiritually about. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas are kind of shut that up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't really trying to be on that. So, you know what I'm saying? We getting deep into the word. We reading top level shit. So from that point on, I had certain talks in LA and shit. And they was like, you know, where you from? Niggas done literacy 25. I'm 24. I'm like, shit, I gotta make it past 25. So from that point, it was just like a pivotal moment in my life to where I just started looking at life different. I just started seeing a calling, and it was something I love, smoking weed. That was one of my biggest sacrifices I had to make. I couldn't hear God high. So once I started smoking weed, I used to be $140. I'm like 210. You know what I'm saying? Everything different. I look clean. I look good. Tattoos on my face don't matter. Them females, they know what it is with me. They ain't scared of me. They know I'm real, but they understand the aura. Like, you know, these scars, these ain't tests, these scars from my past life. You know what I'm saying? So I just started going about it the right way, started making changes, getting out the streets. You know what I'm saying? So then from that point, I walk with God. You know what I'm saying? God talked to me in here because I gave him permission to take over my soul. So at any time, he gonna use me. He gonna come right in and sneak right up. No matter what flossing I'm talking about, he gonna come out. Like a thief at night, he gonna come out and use me. Like, I feel like he planted a seed in me before I was even born. He knew I was gonna be one of them seeds that can succeed if he listen. You know, so right now, you know, I got the enemy mad. But ain't nothing you can do to me. Cause God gonna let you test me, but you can't touch me. Can't harm me, man.
I love that. I love that.
Me?
And you said something, you know what, man, because I've been like trying to get back in church and a lot more lately. And you said something that really stuck out to me, that you can't hear them high, you know, and that's like, I can't front, man. That's the one that still got a hold of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting high is.
That's how most niggas die high. They lacking.
Yeah.
Making bad decisions. Yeah. Niggas move fucked up high.
No, it clouds your judgment and cloud, you know, where you want to be. Cause I look at it like this. I got enough control. Like I got a couple kids, and I got enough control where like I got a lot of kids. I got enough control where like I don't smoke around my babies. Cause you know, I know I need to be in daddy mode. I know I need to be sharp when I'm with them, but like, shit, nigga, I get high at work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The place where I need to be sharp at as well, though. So, I mean, fuck.
And can I say something to y'all that God just spoke to me? Because I was about to say, like, excuse my passion, but he's telling me, like, that same passion that you got when you jonesing and you just doing all that other stuff and you got that same energy, had that same aggression when you speak on my name. That's how I want it to be when you talk. I want you to have that. Yeah, this what we speaking on.
Yeah,
understand this shit. You know, same way you talking about some gangster shit. Talk about me like that,
man. I agree with that 100%, man. And sometimes it just be difficult, man, because a lot of shit that be going on in this world. I mean, it's very clear to see what the intentions are, but it's always hidden well, right? And it's never gonna be a giant decision like, you know what, Jay, it's either you shoot up a school or it's always gonna be a decision where
it's in the inches.
Yeah,
you know, the small choices.
And if we as whomever claim to be on one side, how come every decision you make is always on the other? You don't never speak up for me, dog. Like if you a politician, they be like, yo, church and state and all the other shit. Like, so when do you supposed to speak up for me when I put a position in front of you and give you an option? Like, you ain't gonna never speak up for me?
Yeah.
Like ever? So now, when you come before me and it's time to be judged and shit, it's like, well, but you know my heart.
But I don't know you. Yeah. I don't. That relationship.
I know your heart, but you ain't never say nothing.
We talking about God?
Yeah. Absolutely. And you said something that I think always that I look at for myself. I saw you when you came in. We both heavily tatted up, but like that does open you up to a different audience.
Yeah.
That opens you up to to connecting with people on a certain way. Because like, you know, I know when I go places and people see my tattoos, they think one thing, you know what I'm saying? But like if you get to talking to me, you see me around my kids, you see me, you know, moving through my neighborhood, like that's the complete opposite of what people perceive niggas with a whole bunch of visible tattoos
that
are.
Shit hard too.
Thanks. It's years all the fucked up ones covered up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a bunch of tattoos, like it just comes with the tear.
Jesus.
Look, I had Jesus. Well, I still got Jesus tattooed on my chest. But the first one I got, I'll show you a picture for you dip out of here. First one I got, he looked retarded. You know?
Jesus had Down syndrome.
Mouth wide open, looking off. What made me change it, what made me get it redone, Lady L, shout out to her. She
hard.
Wonderful artist.
She did my one tattoo.
Yeah, so I got it redone because like when Jay was talking, like I had a couple incidents where I almost died. Like I was knocking at the door and I was like, man, I can't be in front of
walking
him.
the pearly gates. Like, who that nigga on your chest, B? That's not my son.
I can't be in front of him.
That's not my son.
And I got this fucked up ass portrait on my chest.
Like, why you mocking my son? Oh, you did a Picasso of my son because that's not his face.
Yeah, man. So I had to get that shit changed up. But
like, made him look a little blacker.
She turned it into a modern day motherfucking masterpiece. But you know, when people see you and like they can connect with you, you can talk to people.
Yeah.
Because you know, like me and Jay both used to work in sales. People buy off emotion and they buy from people that they like. Yeah. They buy from people that they connect with. If you're going to buy a new car and a nigga talking down to you, oh, motherfucker, I don't want to deal with you.
Exactly.
But if you see somebody that, you know, connect with you on a real personal level, they talking to you like,
man, humans connect. Like you connect with right? So if all y'all go into a lunchroom, all the black folks gonna sit over here, not because we don't like white people. All white folks gonna sit over there, or all like people are gonna sit together. And if somebody's trying to sell you some shit, I'm gonna connect better with somebody that's my kind, my tribe. You know what I'm saying? So,
can I ask you a question? Who would you say you fear more? Do you fear the devil or you fear God?
God.
Absolutely. I want to make it to heaven. Like. I don't, ain't no bones about it. Like that's.
I mean, we know the devil is evil, but I done seen the destruction that God has.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
cause I tell people all the time. I had a conversation earlier. You know, it's like I always say the devil is a copycat, and I say that because what you got to understand how much he a copycat. Where I put it in, I always put it in simplest terms for people. That's like, say I'm the real deal, right? And I got a man that I fuck with hard as hell, and I give him all the knowledge that I think I should give him, and not me and him have a disagreement or whatever, then he dip off, but he more easier to get in touch with. So y'all just thinking he everything, but the whole time I'm the real deal. And I got more knowledge that I didn't even give him. But y'all following this. You know what I'm saying? That's how, like they say, you sell your soul. Niggas selling their soul to the devil. That's all you hear. How many times do you hear somebody be like, should I sell my soul to God?
Big bar.
When this is happening for real, because he's a copycat. So whatever the copycat is doing, yes, I'm doing that as well, but I'm doing more. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, I say God is the biggest and the toughest gang to be a part of, period, because he's out cold. Again, that's like if I'm the top dog gang member and I got 100 soldiers, you gotta get through 100 soldiers just to get to my desk. So when you get to this desk, I know you real, but Tito over there, you can get to him tomorrow. Tito hiring everybody. He 10,000 strong. I'm only 500, but you consistent and persistent with getting over here through these doors. So when you get here, it's like, yeah, bro, you one of them. I ain't gotta question you, because the devil can't do nothing to you without God's permission. He can't do nothing to you. You feel me? And God might like a person so much to where he want the enemy to constantly test you. He want him to test you. The devil's so mad because he want to show God so much, like this one that you like so much.
Yeah, I mean, we
he ain't nothing.
of that in the Bible.
So
you know what I'm saying?
That's the whole reason I got God's favorite on my hand, because it was from the book of Job.
Okay.
Where Job was God's favorite, and the devil tested him, took everything from him.
Took everything.
His family, his wealth, but Job never wavered in his faith. Always stayed faithful. The devil thought I get Job to curse you, but Job stayed faithful, and he restored everything that he had. And I felt like that for me with my life, because I came so close to dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's listened to the show, and I know we're not as familiar with each other, but like a couple years ago, I got diagnosed with kidney disease, and like the shit hit me like a brick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was in the hospital, and I remember one night, like, I'm damn near in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing the doctors like, I don't know if he'll make it through the night. And I fell asleep that evening, and I heard my mother. My mother had already passed at that point. I heard her, and we had a conversation, clear as me and you talking. And I remember my mama saying, like, us talking, laughing, having a good time. And she's like, "Are you ready to come with me?" And I was like, "Nah, I want to see my kids." And she was like, "All right, well, I'll see you later." And like, nigga, I woke up, and like, I felt like in that, like, that was my second chance. Cause like, there's nothing that could have, like, with all the bad that I had done in my life, with all the fucked up shit that I did, my health being like what it was, like, there was nothing that would have stopped me from going over to the other side beyond just his grace, his mercy, just waking me up.
That's the grace that we don't deserve, but we get it anyway.
Nigga, I remember, like, it didn't come to me till like years later. I was so, like, literally years later, I would remember being so fucked up in the hospital. And I asked Jay one day, I was like, "Nigga, I had a dream that you came to visit me in the hospital." He was like, "Nigga, it's not a dream. I was there." But like, that's how, like, so gone I was with it. So like, for me, I've seen what he can and will do. And that for me was always enough just to believe and hold on. And like, people.
So what was your childhood like?
It wasn't bad. 2-family home. Both my parents were together until they died, until my mother passed first. And then my pops passed
was it
after.
Right after?
No. My mother passed, and then my dad probably passed about 5 years later.
Okay.
So, I mean, life was good. I grew, it was me and my sister, middle class home. We went to good schools, took vacations. Like, I don't want to say we was rich, but like, we were like,
y'all weren't struggling.
Yeah, we were struggling in some areas, but like, it was so masked around me.
Okay.
Like, I had no idea that, like, we didn't have it like that until I got till I got much older. So I mean, we took vacations. You know, I ain't always have the freshest shit, but I ain't never go to school. I ain't never go to school with like holes in my shoes and shit like that. We wasn't never dirty. Ain't never missed no meals. Like we were well taken care of.
Okay.
But on the, you know, other aspect, like religion was always around me. My grandfather was a pastor for years. My uncle, my grandfather was a pastor literally up until he passed damn near. My uncle was a pastor also, and like he was like at the pool. Like I remember when he passed, he had called me up. I was in the studio because I used to rap real heavy, and I was in the studio, and he called me. He said, "D," he said, "the chariot's coming to get me." He said, "I don't have much longer. I just wanted to let you know." I remember being in the studio and recording, and he lived in New York. So when I saw the 212 number pop up, I knew it was him. And we would always greet. It's funny that we would always greet each other like, "What's up, Turkey?" That was always his thing when he would call. But this time he didn't call me Turkey. When I picked up the phone, he was like, "D." Just straight into it. And my uncle didn't talk like that. He ain't use no street vernacular. He ain't, you know, he gonna talk to you on his level and you got to meet him there. But that was the first time he ever called me like AD. And it just kind of like stopped me in my tracks. He was like, "The chariots is coming and I'm gonna be gone soon." And like literally like 2 weeks later, he was gone. But like 2 weeks prior to that, he was still in the pulpit on Sunday, like actively preaching. And it just happened that quickly. So, I mean, I've always been spiritually like tapped in, but you know, I went through my own shit where I just didn't go to church. It's not that I never believed, but like certain shit happened. And I was like, I ain't even, you know, we be more hurt by people in the church, not the word, but like we let people and situations lead us away. And after my stint in the hospital, going through my shit health related, I felt really convicted. Like I just need to go back. I had an incident where I was going through some shit, you know, just going through some shit. And I was like, look, man, at this point, it had probably been like 3, maybe 4 years since I had been inside of a church. Because me and my ex-wife, we used to go to the same church. Then we got divorced, and like,
y'all still going to the same church after the divorce?
No, okay. I stopped. That's why I stopped, because she was going there, and then my brother and sister-in-law became like the assistant pastors at the church. And while I'm still good with that side of the family. I still love them. My brother-in-law is like my dog. My sister-in-law, like they still good. We still all good, but I was like, I ain't gonna be there with all of them every Sunday. Yeah. Like my ex-wife's family, my kids, like I just couldn't do it. It was too heavy. So I just stopped going to church. And then like 1 week, 2 weeks, then I look up 6 months, a year, and it turned into like 3 or 4 years. And then like, no, I'm serious. It just went. Then I got sick, and then I was like, look, God saved my life. I should probably go to church. And man, when I finally came back to church, I was like, I'm just gonna slide in, sit in the back.
It was
like,
a party.
Ain't nobody gonna see me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just be in and out of service. My nigga, I went to church and I cried like a baby for like 2 hours. Like, I'm thinking like, all right, I'm just going to pray. They're going to sing. I'm going to hear the service and I'm just going to dip out. I got there, I sat down and I was like, why does my face feel like this? And just tears driving down for like 2 hours. But like, that's what I really needed in order to like kind of snap back into it. And then even after that, I was still like, I don't know if I need to deal with this every Sunday, but like.
That's how you know that some of this shit is real, whether you can't touch it or not. But you know what's so interesting? I was having a conversation with randomly one of my cousins who called me. I ain't really talked. But somehow we got to crying and tears. And, you know, my brain working and shit.
Both of y'all?
Huh?
Both of y'all crying?
No, we were talked about crying. Somehow we got it. And we got to talking about that. And, like, what is a tear? Right? Like why? Like the human body only do shit that it need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like what is a tear? And you start thinking about like what is a tear? A tear is actual emotion leaving the body. You only cry when you really, really happy or you really, really sad. Like, what else could it be other than the actual physical manifestation of emotion? So while you sitting in that church and ain't been there, literally energy and an emotion is running out of your face. Yeah. Like, it's so much emotion that's going on right now that the body probably usually dissipates it and does whatever it does with it. No, it's too much too quickly. It's coming out my eyes now.
I when I thought about it, like, beyond like going to church, the last time I cried is when like I lost my mama. Like, cause I didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was coming, but I didn't believe it. Like, I was going through some other shit. I had another baby on, like, my daughter, my youngest girl was being born or being close to being born. And I remember the day that I found out my mother had pancreas cancer, because that's what she passed from. I remember being in the hospital, and she worried about me because she could see that something was wrong in my face, and she was like, "It's not this." And she's like, "You walked in here with something wrong," and I'm like, "Ma, you dealing with what you dealing with? Like, we talk about this later." And like, I'm just milling around, waiting, talking to the doctors, and everybody leaving. And I'm trying to leave because everybody got a mama, and your mama can look you in your face and fucking break you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She look you dead, and the same thing with my kids. I can tell when them niggas is lying to me, and she knew like I was holding on to some shit, and I hadn't told nobody really about what was going on. And in that instance, her getting the news that she got stage 4 cancer, she worried about me. And I broke down and told her like, "Oh, no." And she was like, "I'm gonna keep it between me and you."
Cause like, to an extent, if she's in her transition process, you can't deny her her right to be a mom still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is a motherly duty. Whether I'm about to leave or not, you don't decide when I stop being the mother. I mean, I don't have control over the fact that I could be transitioning soon. So I'm going to have control over the fact whether I continue to be mother.
Look, dog, my last conversation with my mother, she passed on a Monday. I saw her that Sunday. And the last conversation, like, I knew she was slipping, but still in my mind, like, it's not. Like, I saw my mama beat so much shit. I was like, this ain't going. She gonna wake up tomorrow and feel all right.
Oh man.
So in our last conversation, I knew like we were getting close to the end, because like she had stopped talking. She was literally like nodding her head, yes, no, squeeze my arm. So our last conversation, I held her hand and I was like, I know you hanging on for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you still trying to like appease and be here for us. And I told her, I said, Mama, you done gave us everything you could. Like, legit, like you gave us everything you could. If you need to let go for you, like, I understand. And even though I said that to her, I just didn't believe it. But like, that was like, I felt like that helped release her of her motherly Yeah. And this is just my mind thinking. Like, I feel like it helped release her at that point.
Something that you said, I just want to ask you this. Remember when you said something about the tears?
Yeah.
So where do you think the tears are?
Man.
Where is they at in you?
I have no idea.
Because when they come out.
I mean, they come from your tear ducts, right?
No, but I'm saying like your body holding it in.
I mean, we made up.
But a lot of that shit, like water, like, cause if you crying for real, it's gonna keep coming.
Yeah. You can't even stop that shit.
You can't even stop it.
It's shit. Fuck around, be your essence coming out your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I mean, we made up of, I don't know, 70% water, whatever.
But when you think about it, if you had like a good like heart cry, once you like, nigga, you depleted after that shit.
Listen, after my mom passed, 2017, I just didn't cry. You know what I'm saying? The last time I cried was 2006 when my uncle got murdered. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, but after that, nigga, that shit turned on the faucet. Nigga, I'll be watching TV like, oh, nigga, this shit is emotional. Like, it opened the faucet. So for the last, I don't know, 5 years now, that shit is just open.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all some real dudes, though. I fuck with y'all because we all three of us know what pain feel like. Like, we suffer from this shit for real.
Look, my nigga, I don't want to use the word hate, but like, I wouldn't wish that type of, like, the pain that I felt when I lost my mama, I wouldn't wish that on a nigga I hated. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how gut wrenching that shit is. So I like it's different.
I think I was the last person to talk to my mom before she passed. Right. I just came in the crib, went in her room, hugged her, talked for a little second and shit. My brother was on his way home. He had like 3 weeks before he came home.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? She already had a scare and she held on for 2 more weeks. You know what I'm saying? Well, 2 more years after that. But kissed her, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have like a long conversation. Just I walk in the house, go see mom first. Then I went in the living room, kicked it with my dad. You know what I'm saying? And she was laying down already. So we had a little talk and she went to sleep. She just never woke up again. You know what I'm saying? The whole next day, she slept the whole day or whatnot. But like, boy, I wish I knew that would have been the last conversation.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
but see, that's the thing. And like, we was talking about this in church the other week. If God showed you, so you want this bottle of water. If he showed you everything you had to go through in order to get the bottle of water, you'd be like, nah, I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. But that's why he can't reveal everything to you. Like, cause you got to go through it. You got to live it. And like, and you can't skip, nigga, you can't skip steps. You can't skip the grind. You can't cheat none of that shit. Like you gotta go through it.
yeah.
Hey, you know what? Not to cut y'all off, because I ain't in this conversation, but I recently had my stepmom.
Come on and get on one of these mics.
All
like
right, well,
you in it now.
All right, I'm in it. So look, my stepmom passed last year. She died from COVID, and
Just slide it on up.
You just touched on something that made me think about this. Where I don't know if it was might have been you, because I was just thinking about it. She died from COVID, but she went on a ventilator. And I looked up the ventilator, and it was like 14% of people make it off of it, right? So I'm FaceTiming her. She in the hospital with the thing on her face. And I'm like, I'm about to get on this ventilator or whatever. And I'm like, don't get on it, because it's only 14% of people make it off of it. And at this time, she down there taking care of my youngest daughter since she was born. She probably like 3 at this time. So she like, I'm like, yeah, you don't feel like you about to die, right? She like, no. I'm like, oh, we good then. Shit, we gonna take it a day at a time. She called me the next morning and was like, just make sure Harper could read and da-da-da-da-da. So that was the flip side of what you talk about, to where it's like, when you hear somebody say, like, damn, like she gave up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't. It might not have been a gave up. It might have been what you said.
She preparing you.
She prepared me, and how you was telling your mama, like, damn, like, I know you hanging on for us, right? It happened so sudden because it's COVID. So it's not like something that is progressing. This happened over a short period of time, to where she knew at the hospital she couldn't take it. So it's like, damn.
Look, my dude, same thing. Like when my pops got ready to pass, I remember it was a Friday I saw him. He was like, D, we got a doctor's appointment on Monday. And I was telling him like, yo, I'm not working. I'll be here at such and such to come pick you up. And he was like, man, that's even if I make it to the doctor's appointment on Monday. And I was like, man, you talking crazy as hell. Like you know, like because I was about to not get fired, but like I was getting released from my job. I had to go in, sign some paperwork. I'm like, literally, all I got to do was go in and sign the paper. I give them my badge, give them my computer. I'll be here. Like I'm going at 8. I'll be here by 9 o'clock. He's like, all right, if I be at the doctor on Monday. And I'm just like, dog, I wish he stopped talking this crazy shit. But I mean,
since bro want to plug in, because you couldn't just wait. You had to get out. Tell them how we met. Oh wow, that's a whole different story.
Y'all go back a while?
No, actually, it had to be like 2018, I want to say.
Okay.
If not 19. Now, I had followed his music for a minute just because I like Detroit artists. You know what I'm saying? I used to rap a long time ago.
Hold on, before you get into your story, I don't want to cut you off. Give us your name. Who?
Okay, my name Dwight.
Okay.
I'm sort of kind of like, we each other life coach.
Okay.
Honestly. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching a couple of his videos, and then he started talking about God in such a way. And it's kind of like how Trey Burke came into his life. I came into his life the same way. Because I think at this time, he was just buying shoes, giving them to people.
So he have a whole bunch of videos, him going to buy shoes for people. And I reached out to him like, damn, man, you buying everybody's shoes, but you don't even want to walk in God's shoes. So I'm going to buy you some shoes, right? This is literally how I reached out to him, right? So we wrapped it up at that time, and then he hit me back up because I'm doing mortgages. I do mortgages for a living. So at this time, I'm just wrapped up in my business or whatever. He hit me up like, man, you must have been bullshitting and stuff. I'm like, no, I got you. I went to the mall, grabbed the shoes, called him. He pulled up to my mortgage office. Mind you, me and 3 of my friends own a mortgage company at this time. You know what I'm saying? So he pulled up. We chopped it up for a minute. And then, after that, like right after that, we went out of town like 10 times. He a workhorse. He his own manager. He know everything he want to do, man. We just kept going out of town, kept, you know what I'm saying, just building on another good level. It's because P was just here. Us 3, we would go out of town and just keep building each other up in so many different ways. So that's really how we met. But it was just like we knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, our spirits just connected on a different level.
Dog, and sometimes, like, I never expected to be like 30. I'm 41. And like some of the niggas that we done got connected to just from me and Jay owning the studio, like literally are like, I couldn't imagine what life looked like after them. Like they just been lifelong friends. And like sometimes you meet people and they just down. Like from day one. And like our homies, the twins, our homeboy Curve, like Name Tag, like we just met dudes and they just, and Name Tag still owe me $500,000. Yeah. We just met dudes and they just tapped in with us and it's worked. We've been rocking ever since. Yeah. One of my best homies, like shit, nigga, I was damn near 30 before I met my dog B. And like that nigga been down for me like a nigga that I grew up in the sandbox with. So nothing happens by mistake. You know what I'm saying? Right. Spirits connect, people connect.
Time. It's the so I don't know if you ever heard the expression, like some people been working at a job for 10 years and you think you got 10 years experience. Nigga, you got 1 year experience 10 times because you ain't never grow. You know what I'm saying? And some people just come in with a wealth of knowledge. And I look at friendships like that because I ain't got to know you 7 years, but in 2 weeks you could have did more and showed me more or had a conversation with me more or our energies mesh more than somebody I done known my whole fucking life. And they don't gotta.
So why they because I know we don't feel this. Why they always say, oh, this day one shit. It's day one shit. Like this nigga. Well, guess we is day one. Cause from day one when we met, you my dog. What's you know?
Yeah. Some people it's just so I look at shit based off of like, how do I feel about something? Not necessarily. I don't look at friends like, you know, what can somebody do for me? I don't look at shit like an advantage. What can I get from somebody? What can somebody do for me? Because like, shit, I done met women the same way. Like sometimes you done dealt with some women for years and it's just like the same type of feeling. Y'all not growing. Or you could meet somebody off rip. That connection is real and it feel like y'all been locked in. You know what I'm saying? Locked in forever. So, I mean.
I think it comes from, it's twofold. This is the jokey part. Girls usually don't have friends for a long time. All their girls' friends be like, I just met her 2 weeks ago. But like, men be, like I got friends that I've known for and been actual friends with longer than I have not.
Women relationships are crazy.
It is crazy. But I think it is because the nature of man is just so fickle. And like, if somebody has been around for 20, 30 years, like, damn, here's a mentor of mine, my old Sunday school teacher when I was like in high school, right? He was like, when you about to leave high school right now, he's like, you have a lot of friends right now that you don't really realize it, but they situational friends. Like, y'all been cool your whole life because y'all lockers are right next to each other. And once you don't have the fact that y'all live in the same neighborhood and go to the same building for 8 hours a day or whatever, see how many of your friends are still there. When y'all don't, you basically not forced to be sitting there next to it.
When I turned 18, Farrakhan came here. He was at Cobo Hall. And I went there with my stepdad. And I'm in there. And again, like I was talking about crying, I went up there and I'm literally in tears in front of everybody. It's out cold. It's all type of Muslims in there. And I'm like, man, I got 40 friends that, you know what I'm saying? These my friends. We might be going down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, we in the streets. You feel me? And that's kind of the same sentiments that was shared, right? So from that, I got like a mentor. I mean, a lot grew out of this. So even us talking about this, and I don't know too much about y'all channel. Like I said, I've been here one time before. I think you was in the other room. And a lot of people going to take a lot out of this. I could just tell just from normally I just be sitting back, you know what I'm saying? It even make me want to get into y'all conversation, even though I'm not even supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying?
For everybody to know, he been reaching. He just found this opportunity to take flight.
Hold on. He was sitting over there.
He been eating
sitting over
popcorn.
there. And it just
Y'all
a
don't
little
even,
bit closer.
bro, Jay, you don't even know from the beginning when you tried
Laughing
to
a
put
little bit louder.
Fuck that, bro.
closer
When
and
you
closer.
tried to give him that chair right there, he like, no, that's cool right there. Cause I'm gonna ease my way the fuck up. He been plotting. I've been watching him. I'm like, he gonna pop his shit. He gonna pop his shit.
I'm about to say we should have just kept the mic there. You could have just slid you right on there.
No faking.
Appreciate the conversation though, man.
No,
Hey, man,
no, but you gotta say, because when they watch, you know, a lot of people when they see their friends winning, right?
Yeah.
You can watch their body language on camera and see if they winning. So just for the record, when my man's jumped on the mic, watching me, I'm like, oh shit, what's that? This shit's about to be good.
Look,
For real.
So look, I know y'all mentioned being locked in and being connected, and you connected with them necessarily through the music. What's going on with the music right now? What you got? What you got moving?
The music is going in a great direction. Cause like I've been doing this for 8 years now, blood, sweat, and tears. Like, but I had an easy path, but I had to figure out how to make my path me. Yeah. Like, cause most people be like, bro, you are really a CEO. And that's how certain people look at you. So the things you want them to do for you, they fuck with you, but certain niggas can't really do it because they know what pedestal you on, and maybe they not ready to share their platform. So don't take it as, you know, a nigga leaving you out. Just take it as keep stepping your shit up. Because look, when I come from prison, you know, like I was getting, like when I call home, they be like, man, we got your baby over here. He had just like you, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this nigga whole time. They talking about GT. Cause you know, he got long hair. So when I come on from prison, I get picked up in the Benz. Manny Harris picked me up. That's my other big bro. He picked me up from the family crib. We pulled to the block, GT there. He like, Skeechy, baby, what's up? I'm like, what's up, man? Cause now I cut my hair. I got 360s. I'm like, shit, okay, I gotta grow my shit back. You feel me? Cause you do got the same sauce. So that night, Sino got a feature with Peasy at Hell of a Studio. So that night we go to Hell of a Studio. It's Lil Perry in there, Peasy, Lou Graham, and Sino doing a song. Like if niggas go back and look at Simp and Lean with Thugs, I'm in that video. You gotta think this is my first day home.
But you got the 360s.
I got the motherfucking 360s. I ain't smoked no weed in 2.5 years, no liquor. So I'm in this bitch aggressive. They like rap, fresh like rap. I'm like, yeah. They like, bro, and here on one. So then we leave. Peasy hit me up like 2 days later, like, cause my brother, girlfriend made my Instagram. They like, gotta make an Instagram. Okay. So she made it for me. As soon as I made it, certain people post me. Peasy hit me up like, bro, little bro, pull up to the studio. Like, I might put you on a tape. I'm only 3 days home. I'm on Mud Music 1 or 2. I'm on Mud Music instantly in 3 days in. So then, mind you, I do that. Then DJ BJ have his first bar challenge.
Yeah.
And Calico is the judge. He one of the judges. But me and Calico used to spar on the corners. I'd be at the crib, whatever they come. Like, you know, Calico over here. He like, where you at? He trying to battle. Cause I used to be nigga battling like Loyola, everywhere. I know how to freestyle.
Yeah.
So me and Calico used
Battles
to go.
is my shit. I'm all the way in. I'm all the way in the culture.
I'm like
all
that.
the way in.
So we used to battle, but I won the 8-bar challenge. And part of the winning was okay, you get a free video, you get free studio time at Nocturnal Studios, and you get a free verse from Icewear Vezo. So mind you, me and Icewear to this day, we tied in. That's big cuz, you know what I'm saying? But Peasy already bringing me around. So I already kind of built a relationship with Ice. So when I won a challenge.
Oh, he gave you the fire verse.
He like, damn, you won a challenge? So that was the start of my rap career. So
is that when you like, because everybody know individually when they started taking it serious, is that when did you start taking music serious?
9 years old.
Okay.
I was already rapping in my room. I used to be on punishment a lot. They used to just like, that's why I told me my mama regrets this day, but my stepdaddy, he was a different type of guy. Like, and I'm gonna let it out. He was a different type of guy. Like, he was so big on discipline. So he had this position, like, and I caught it the most out of my big brother and my little sister. Like, he'd say some shit like, assume the position when it's time to get your ass.
From the military?
No, he just got this shit in him. I don't know where he got this shit from. Probably his daddy.
Yeah.
So when you say assume the position, he opened his legs up and you got to stick your head.
I got my ass whooped like that all the time.
You feel me? Not the leg, the calves on your neck.
Well, yeah.
And
So that
turn
nice
that
ass
up.
I brought my dad on the pod last year. You know what I'm saying? For my 40th. You feel me? And that nice ass man that y'all heard and y'all say y'all love. Oh, he had my head between his legs with the extension cord. Like, so every shot is on par. You feel me?
No.
Yeah. I love my father. He's a great man. Greatest man I know.
The whooping house.
The whooping
house.
Yeah, that don't get me.
He had him shook. He used to drive him past an abandoned building, tell him it was the whooping house.
Convinced me and my brother that they do shit but whoop kids.
I'm gonna see if we still on it, cause why am I throwing my stepdaddy under the bus right now? What point was we getting to? We don't shit. We having a good time.
We feel like this nigga throwing Joe D under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like for no reason. Joe D caught a stray.
I love Joe. I love number 4 Joe D. I just wanted GM Joe D to be better for my
Everybody catching
business.
strays and shit.
No, we was talking about the music. So we're gonna fast forward it though.
Okay.
What you working on?
No, but I need. We was there. We was there.
Then we went somewhere else though.
No, but we was there.
No, you was talking about Calico. You and Cali
won the
battled.
8-bar challenge.
Okay, we was talking.
Then you won the 8-bar challenge. So you got the
was
verse
talking
from
about-
Vezo.
You did it to me. You said.
When did you start taking rap
When
serious?
did you start taking rap serious?
Oh, yeah.
So look, 9 years old. This why I'm on punishment. I'm rapping. I'm spitting the bars. So I rap it to my mama while she at the ironing board. All my folks say, shut up. Maybe you should. 9 years old, chewing on the sloppy Joe burger. That's the first bars. I still remember to this day. So my stepdaddy used to sing and rap. He used to roll with this guy called B Def. You know what I'm saying? Prince of the City. He dropped that tape, was going crazy. And they used to go to a studio that was owned by Big L. And I went in there at 9 years old. And my stepdaddy said, have you ever met a millionaire before? I'm like, no. Well, he like, that's Big L right there. He a millionaire. So I'm in the studio working with them and whatnot, whatever. And they had people that was affiliated with Bone Crusher that wanted to sign me then. Young, cause they thought I was the real Lil Bow Wow. Cause how I'm coming. But I'd be in there rapping. Then sometimes my stepdad be like, you can cuss. You know what I'm saying? But no, this is a fucked up story. I'm gonna get back to it. Cause look, I'm riding with my stepdaddy uncle, right? So on Thanksgiving, we young as hell, we all in the car. He like, look, I ain't like y'all, mommy, y'all, daddy, y'all can cuss on the way to grandma's house. I said, we can? I said, motherfucking shit, bitch. bitch in this bitch. He say, hold on, like, Demetrius. He called my real, like, hey, you got to calm your ass down. Rest in peace his soul. He said, no, I said y'all can cuss to the lyrics, man.
You gotta be
I'm freestyling.
So look, but look though, man, my stepdaddy used to be so fucking aggressive. So we going to record. I can't hear myself in the mic. All I want them to do is to turn me down. I'm like, can y'all turn me down a little bit? Cause now it's on the flow for me to get to this step to get to them people.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, and it was a guy, I never forget this. I never discriminate what a man do. It was this one guy's named Silk. He do females' hair. But this nigga Silk was the plug. And I knew he was the plug at 11 years old because he had the resources and the connections. He wasn't gay or nothing. He just do hair in his shop. You know what I'm saying? So my stepdad was just so aggressive. Like, man, rap that shit, man. They try to tell him one time to just calm down. Let him get comfortable. he would never let me get comfortable. And the last time he cussed me out so fucking bad, I pulled the mama card. I said, man, take me to my mama, bro. I'm straight. Oh, you want to go to your mama? All right, we going to your motherfucking mama then. Mad at me, but from that day, I made a vow with God to myself, like, one day, I'm going to make it in rapping. I'm going to do this shit the right way, in my way. Like, my mama even get on my nerves at times. They don't understand this shit. I used to be 14. It was some niggas called Fam. Had their own studio. I had to beg my mama to let me go to that studio. And she'd let me go on days. But then they like my shit so much, they want me to come back tomorrow. I'm like, Mom, going back to the studio? No, you ain't. What the fuck you mean I'm not going back tomorrow? Nah, you ain't going. What the fuck is you talking about?
You know, parents, they don't see that vision. So like when my kids like tap in with shit that like they interested in, man, I just let them go crazy with it.
Well,
you
it's not that the parents don't see the vision. Sometimes they do.
They don't.
But sometimes the kids don't see what's else around them.
You're right.
So like when
There we go. Hold on, because my mama gonna watch this. I'm not mad because he about to touch on what she probably was protecting me.
Yeah, so it was
Sorry, Ma.
my brother homeboy and my homeboy lived down the street, you know what I'm saying? And every time we about to go down, she was like, nah, Jason, now if you smell anything funny down here, I'm like, I mean, they was down there making weed, tea, all type of shit. Like she knew
Having a good time.
But like we used to want to go down there and shit, but like they already knew, like, I don't want you down there because the type of shit that's on the Joy Road Evergreen, right? So that first block and the second block and this the block, like we know what the fuck is going on right here, and they live right next door. I don't want you down there because of the shit that's going on right next door. But I'm not gonna come out.
Why
there
you
and
ain't
say
just
that.
plug yourself? Joy Road exit knock coming off the freeway.
In real life though.
So I just look at it like this. For me as a father, like I just try and be open-minded to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if the kid's into something, I don't try and put my influence on it. I don't try and put my spin. Maybe you should do it this way.
Here's an example. We know what goes on at night at Detroit gas stations. If your kid wants to go to the studio that's at the Detroit gas station at 2:00 in the morning, you putting your foot down. I don't want you there.
Nigga, I was with my son.
You feel me? So sometimes your kid like, nigga, we about to go out there and rap. We freestyle outside of the gas station on such and such and such. Like, no, niggas is getting robbed and killed.
I was with my oldest. I was with my oldest son. He's 19, about to turn 20. And we was in the gas station and I saw these little niggas like thinking they was finna line them up. Like I'm watching the whole shit. Like they didn't see him get out of my car. They just see him walking now. He fresh. He got on his J's. He about to go we just from the barbershop, so he about to go somewhere and he looking clean. So I'm seeing the little nigga's eyes watch him as soon as he step out. He thumb fucking on his phone, talking to his girlfriend call while we in the gas station. I'm watching the two little dudes because they walked in right behind us. I was like, oh, they on some bullshit. But like, that's my son. I'm with him. I always stay strapped up. So like, if it ain't nothing going down. So eventually, like while they communicating with their eyes, I catch like one of them catch me peeping what's going on. We get our gas, we go back to the car. I'm like, dog, you so busy into that phone, you don't even see that like them two dudes right there. Had I not been there, they'd have had your ass him the fuck up. And
mom or daddy know best. They see some shit that you don't see. Now, and you see shit that they don't, but like, I'm trying to keep you safe. Fuck all that.
I
Hey,
am.
what about that first time when your mama, the first time she caught y'all high off motherfucking wine?
Oh my God.
I thought my mom was a fucking monster.
Look. I remember.
She said, you high as hell. I said, no, I ain't.
That's always the lie. But your face red as shit, your eyes red as shit.
I can't even stand. She's like, stand still. I couldn't. I'm high as hell. This Rego.
Look, off of Reggie. Look, my nigga Doug. Shout out to my nigga Doug. His mama used to let us get high in the house.
She a real one.
We could. So I'm gonna give you the setup. We was already like this 9th, 10th grade. I'm smoking every day because we had a teacher that was cool as hell, and he used to let us smoke in his class because it was like he had a classroom, but then he had like a dark room. He was like the photography teacher. He had a dark room outside the classroom. So like, unless you was like an art student or really knew about this shit, he wasn't letting you back there no way. But he would let us go back there and get high, and he wouldn't say shit. So I'm already at school getting fucked the fuck up. So we was on a half day, like before I started fucking, like we would all
crazy right here. He's different.
Damn going wild.
In his word is fuck the fuck up.
I was fucked up. So before I started fucking, we would just get high off half days.
Okay.
So my nigga Doug lived in Southwest. This nigga, we was like 14. Doug was driving every day. He had a brother that got locked up, but his brother had this clean ass El Camino. So we just jump in the L Dog, go to his mama house, and get fucked up in the living room. She let us smoke in the living room. So like, nigga, we was
Horrible idea though, but for sure.
Her thing was like, look, I know y'all smoking and getting high. I'd rather y'all get high here, come down here, and then go do.
Get it?
But let me hit it.
She would make us shit to eat because we
y'all so got the munchies.
because we'd had the munchies. Like nigga, she make like brownies, frozen pizzas. Doug house was the spot, and I remember I got high as fucking Doug crib, and I was like, all right,
Doug at right now.
and nigga work at the gas station.
Shit,
That
Doug.
nigga work at the gas
Doug,
station.
give me 45 on premium.
That's why Doug.
Like, well, shout out to Doug.
Doug mom. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So anyway, I remember I got high as fucking Doug house, and I was like, I'm straight. I'm gonna go home. Nigga, I took the Grand River bus home. It took me an hour to get to the crib. So I'm like, between the bus, like I ain't gonna be high when I make it home. I walked through the door. So our side door was like connected right to the kitchen. So either you walk one way to go to the kitchen or you go the other way and then you go up the steps to make it in. I walked straight to the kitchen. My mama standing in the kitchen, but I figured it's been an hour on the bus. I ain't high no more. I sure enough don't smell high. I've been riding on the bus for an hour. Soon as I walked past, she grabbed me on the shoulder. She was like, turn around. You know, in the high. Hey, ma. She just stood there for a second. She's like, are you high? I was like, huh? She's like, you can't hear me? Like, we 3 feet apart. She's like, you can't hear me? I'm like, no, I ain't high. What you talking about? I ain't higher than a motherfucking light bill in the middle of the wintertime, my nigga. She didn't say nothing then.
Fuck DTE.
Yo, my DTE, I got my DTE bill today, $495. $495.
You know what? Since this podcast so good, I'm paying both for the DTE bill. Send me the tab.
$0 right now. I just paid that shit today. Ain't that a bitch?
$495
Well,
American
he
dollars.
pay his. Me and you got okay.
I got your number. We locked in.
Okay.
$495. So anyway, she ain't say shit that day. But the next day, and she ain't say shit to my pops. So, and I thought that was weird, like, because I knew, like, when I realized what had happened, I was like, man, you know, when you know punishment is imminent, like it'd be like walking on eggshells. I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be on punishment forever. Because I used to get in a lot of trouble, and I would be on punishment like nigga for months.
I was on punishment for a whole year one time. And they told us can nobody else buy us Christmas presents either.
So nigga, I'm thinking
That's fucked up.
I'm thinking
Only one person snuck and gave us Christmas presents. Like nigga, we not getting out for Christmas, and can't nobody else get y'all nothing either.
What was the gifts?
I got an AM/FM or a Walkman.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
the gift.
So look, so the next day, I'm thinking like punishment coming.
You know,
I
Walkmans and shit. You feel me?
I know she talked to my dad last night and punishment coming. The next day she take me to school and like it's just quiet. We just listening to Mason the whole way. And she was like, I'm gonna tell you, when we got to school, she's like, I'm gonna tell you something. She's like, that's gonna be the first and the last time you come in my house hot. Like she felt like weed was drugs. Like that's
It is.
It ain't. She was like, that's the first and the last time.
Especially then, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because you're right. I was like, she's like, that's the first and the last time you're going to walk in this house high. You understand me? And I was like, so how long be on punishment? So my mama would be on, we had this rule, like, if I told her something fucked up, like she was like, you can talk to me about whatever, but we had this rule. She was like, before I tell you this, either you need to tell me, do I need to be a mom mode or do I need to sit on my hands? And like sitting on hands was like her way of saying like, you don't want me to say shit about it. So she's like, this one, I'm gonna sit on my hands with. She's like, next time You're like, it's gonna be a different conversation because I'm gonna talk to your dad about it. But like, I found out later on, and I love my old man. I ain't trying to throw him out there up under the bus. He was getting high. He was getting high. My uncle would come over, and they always go in the basement.
But we adults.
And my mom was like, "No, your uncle here." So
we
like,
adults in our
y'all go do something else. But y'all can't go in the basement.
Your brain don't fully develop till you approximately 25 years old. You feel me? So
look, my dad used to have, my dad used to have like this tin box. And like when my uncle would come over, the box would always be close around. And I ain't never, literally I was a kid and I didn't just realize he was smoking. So like whenever my uncle would come over, the box, like I see it up under a chair or some shit. Cause that was where the weed was. They was getting high. Them niggas go in the basement and get high as shit.
You good?
shout out to them, man.
Yeah, man. I love them both.
Yeah.
I love them both.
Yeah.
So man, when can we expect some new music dropping from you?
Well, I got a video ready with me and F1BDZ.
Okay.
I just dropped a video, me and RMC Mike.
I like RMC Mike. Straight out of Flint.
Out of Flint. Then free Rio. Cause Rio one of my real niggas. I fuck with Rio. Me and Rio got 4 videos on YouTube. They all at like 200K.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then I just talked to Sada Baby. I sent him the song. He sent it right back. So we trying to figure out when we gonna do that. But see, really, y'all are part of what I call the manifest, because y'all are 2 great men. And I knew, like he said early in the beginning, like y'all don't really do nothing, people that ain't on y'all radar. But it was something about me that was like, we gonna let bro come on the show.
Yeah, I think he's like, yo, I want to come on. I got great things to talk about or something. And most people, that's not how they approach. They'll be like, yo, I just want to, can I just come on? I got an album dropping such and such, such and such.
Yeah.
And look,
And
my
like,
dog, one thing I can say, like, to your positive, like, you was persistent. Because, like, I gave you a couple dates. She's like, nah, I need to get in before March is over.
Yeah.
And, like, we had a guest lined up for this week. Like, shout out to my homeboy, Cat. He coming through in a few weeks. But he ended up having a family emergency and had to dip. And he hit me up. He was like, look, I ain't going to be able to make it here. I was like, well, my man's just trying to get in. And he, like, you kept pressing the issue, like, I got to get in before March. I got to get in before March. And I was like, it's divine intervention. It just opened up.
It's not that we ain't like on some elite shit like this, but like, like I enjoy on the podcast. I know what our listeners like. I know or whatnot, and I like having conversations, right?
Yeah.
And with complete strangers, if I've never heard anything, I don't ever want it to sound like a traditional interview.
Yeah.
All right, how old was you when this happened? You know what I'm saying? I love how that shit just.
But then you got to know it's a 2-way street, because y'all may not personally know who I was. You know what I'm saying? And I may not personally know who y'all are, but we don't know together or apart what we really can build together.
Big fact.
You're right.
Because we all got entities. You know what I'm saying? We all got things going well. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, I got plugged in through y'all podcast through my big bro Oba.
Okay, shout out to Oba. We had him here not too long ago.
That's how I found it. So I just come with grace.
Man,
I come with grace. So
we appreciate it.
I like this. I like this conversation.
Yeah, it was good shit.
And it, like with Daisy and them, I fuck with Daisy and them hard. They scooted people out the way to get me in, like sooner. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a time and a place for everything. But when they start knocking at your door and you doing everything right, you know that it's about to start happening and you about to get it back tenfold. So, no, can I answer? You said, like, what's next? This is my step right here. Letting the people know who Skeechy Meechy is. And if I get on a platform, know that it don't stop here with our relationship. This should be beyond that, where we at a barbecue together and we kicking it, because I ain't never did shit like this before. I'm getting out of my shell, just being comfortable doing this. So then
man, we locked in now. We didn't exchange info. We always tell guests, the door is always open for you to come back.
Because I'm still like, I manage, like, I gotta talk with a manager and everything, but it's certain rappers that, like, y'all can tell me a name off camera or anything that'd be like, we like dog. It'd be like blink of an eye, but it ain't going through me. I'm just directly giving a message, and I'm giving y'all the numbers or him the numbers. I don't got nothing to do with this. I just want the plug. That's the plug in. Them niggas is like that up there at Shop Talk.
Yeah.
You need to go up there.
We appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate it. So
Yep.
every week we drop a music pick of the week. And when we have artists in here, you know, people may not be as familiar with you and your catalog.
Our audience, because clearly you popping.
Yeah. So, you know, and Jay had plugged the song in post-production, but like give us a song that people can listen to. We'll let you be the music pick. Well, you are the music pick of the week, but give me a song that we can play here where people can get into you, your music, your sound, and what you're doing.
Well, we can do me, Doughboy Kid, KrispyLife Kid, 3 a.m. downtown.
3 a.m. downtown. It's on all streaming platforms already.
It's on our streaming platforms.
All right, we're gonna plug it in. Jay will put it in right now, and we let the people ride out to it.
You know what? I lied a little bit. It ain't on all streaming platforms. So let's do Free Rio, all streaming platforms. Fuck your favorite rapper.
Okay, Free Rio.
Rio.
We'll put that in there.
Yeah.
Jay, you got a whose man's is this week?
Whose man's is this? Listen, dog. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but the creepy Joe Biden, did his presidential State of the Union address, and for some reason, Kamala Harris' husband and Joe Biden's wife, they just came and kissed on the lips and kept it moving. Like, I thought, like, you know what? This probably a situation where they went in for the cheek and somebody just turned wrong. But then I watched it like, nah, them niggas just came in and just kissed and then just like Kamala Harris' husband, the nigga last name not Harris. So what kind of nigga is you? Whose man's is this? So what are you doing, fam?
So can I share a story?
Like what are you doing, dog? Like this is like this shit was.
Hey, but before the story, I want to ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
You don't got to say the scripture, but off spot, what's your favorite Bible scripture? Just the title of it. Like, what is it? What would it be?
Yo, I got it tatted on my arm. It's Proverbs, verse 3. It's third Proverbs 5 and 6, and trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into your own understandings. For all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path.
Got it here.
So you taking that one too?
Yes. Well, that is it holds a personal spot in my life. Okay. My mother, very religious, but that was on our answering machine growing up. So I heard that literally every single day.
But if you got to pick one, I'm saying you rolling with that one.
Yeah,
that's great.
It was always special to me because when I moved out, I was like 19, and like my last 2 weeks at home was crazy. Like my mama said something to me I can't even think of it right now. I went to the basement. I pushed my fist through the basement wall, and I was like, I can't fucking live here no more. Like that was it. I found my apartment 2 weeks later. I was out, and I was like, I'm a man. I can't live here no more. I can't live by these rules. I want to do what the fuck I want to do. It's probably some bullshit, but just being a young nigga, you know, I was making a little bit of money. I was like, I ain't got to deal with this shit no more. So I found my apartment and I left, and I moved out. I was with my ex-wife. She was my girlfriend then. We moved into these apartments in Southfield. And I remember when I moved out, I always had a Bible in my bedroom. My mama left a letter in the Bible. And in the letter, it was taught, you know, because she understood that, like, I was just crazy. You know, I was just young and wild, and couldn't nobody tell me shit. And I'm probably still kind of like that. Can't nobody really tell me much motherfucking nothing. But she wrote me a letter in the Bible, and in the letter, she was like, look, I understand that the world is cold, and I've tried to prepare you for it, but, like, you know, you feel you a man, you got to kind of go off on your own. And in that letter in the Bible, she wrote that scripture out, and it always stood with me because, like, I remember my mama used to have this thing, like on the first of the year, you know, we sit down together as a family. We would read the word, and she would ask us to write our goals. We put it in an envelope, we seal it, and we put it in the front of the Bible, and then we would go back and revisit it next year. And we sealed it so nobody else would look at it. But she was like, you know, you're committing to yourself your goals for the year. And we put it in, we had like a big family Bible. in the crib. So she slid the letter in there like where we would normally, in my Bible, like how we would normally do it. And I just remember and she didn't tell me. So I remember like, living in my apartment and I'm thinking like, shit, I'm making money. I'm living with my girl. This shit can't be that hard. But like living on your own harder than a motherfucker when, I didn't have to do it that way. And I remember opening up the Bible one day and finding the letter and then finding what she had wrote to me. It was like a 2 or 3 page letter she had wrote to me. And then that scripture was like the end of that. And that's why I tatted it on me like after she had passed. And I put the roses because she had like a flower garden at the house and she always grew roses. And I just wanted that. I wanted to keep that with me.
And I heard that verse so many times, man, because anybody time answer machine days, when they called your house, the tape played.
Yeah.
Trust in the Lord with all the heart. But it grounds me now because, I'm always looking and reading and understand or trying to understand some things and looking at all this other stuff. And then sometimes I just got to think about like trusting the Lord with all thy heart and lean not into your own understanding. I understand that I may think I know what the fuck is going on. I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but I'm leaning on what I understand. And I'm really supposed to be leaning on his understanding, what he said. So Jay, to a certain extent, fuck what you think going on. I already gave you the blueprint and stop fucking around with your own understanding and listen to the one that's been given to you.
I'm Psalms 91, by the way.
Okay.
My scripture.
I didn't get it until I got older about like your own understanding. And like I used to, when I was younger, I used to worry a lot about shit, just being a kid and, having false shit. You be worried about your spelling test or, some shit like that I did well in school from like to 8th grade. And after that, I just, jumped off with it. But I always looked at it in my life now, like you got a plan for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You wake up and you, in your mind, this is what I'm going to do. But you never know how like God is going to kind of direct you. I thought
he shall direct your path.
Yeah.
I got the idea what we about to do. We gonna open a podcast studio. We gonna da. My nigga, what you think you doing?
I never
I'm directing your path.
Look, dog, Jay been my dog since I've known Jay since high school. We ain't run together back then.
That's real though.
Yeah, it is. I remember when we used to have a suite downstairs that was way smaller. And I remember when he looked at this suite, and shout out to the homeboy Muddy. You and Muddy came and looked at this suite, and Jay hit me up and told me, he's like, look, our lease up, I'm thinking about moving to the suite upstairs. And he told me what it was costing. And I was like, I don't know. It's like damn near triple what we was paying for downstairs. And then so we talked on like a Thursday, maybe like a Friday. I was like, well, we should talk it over. And then like he called me like a day or two later. He was like, we talked about it. I signed the lease. When I see you, I give you the key. And we started moving in. And I was like, at that point, I was like, shit, we locked in with it. We got to make it work. 5 years later, we ain't never miss rent. We ain't never go without. During the pandemic, we couldn't even get into the building. Like they was like, no. But rent was still due at the beginning of every month, but it worked. Like and even though I didn't see the vision, I didn't have faith in the moment. Like we thugged that shit out, and it's worked. It's worked.
Yeah, acknowledge him. He shall direct your path.
Yeah,
you feel me? Talk to the homie Nick. You got to have him on because it's almost been exactly 1 year since he was on the first time.
Yeah,
and exactly 1 year ago, like things were drastically different.
Yeah.
And things made it, everything's fine. And that was the first time I actually said what the fuck was going on with me. Mic was off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the time I actually said it out loud to anybody.
You fucking lied to me. Cause like I remember when the day it happened, we was here and I knew something was wrong with you. And you was like, nah, I ain't gonna. I'm all right. But I knew something was fucked up.
It is what it is.
But dog, we done been through so much.
I need to take on how y'all feel about police brutality.
I'm not with it. I feel like the police take advantage of their power. I was joking about that shit on Twitter, but like when the police say like stop resisting, that's like they warning and they finna either beat the fuck out of you or shoot your ass.
That's for the camera. It's not for you.
No. That's for them in court.
Stop resisting. The nigga resisting.
And then And what kind of worries me about police brutality is really the biggest thing is my sons, because my oldest, I recently got him on his wheels a few weeks ago, really. Recently got him on his wheels and out here in the streets. And, he 19, about to turn 20, being independent, being a man. He living on his own because he down on campus. And just that worry that, it's not necessarily even him, because he gets things a little bit differently. Like, he's mature for his age and just mature, period. But my middle son is like, he not even a problem, but he like, if it's up, it's like he ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, fighting used to be his thing, like when he was in middle school. Like, I remember the nigga was thugging so bad one time. School got out at 3:30. Teacher calling me at 3 o'clock, like, you got to come get him now. I'm like, ma'am, school get out in a half hour. Like, if he been doing, she was like, nah, he can't wait 30 more minutes. You need to come get him now. I literally pull up to the school. My baby's sitting up front, shirt all bloodied up. And I'm like, nigga, he's like, it's a bad day. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad day. So that's the one I'm worried about, because like he get combative about shit now, and I can see it going left. And like he used to fight something about high school, and I think it's probably like women, like kind of tapered that shit down, but like
and other adults, the grown-ups, not grown-ups, but like when you in middle school, it's the same kids you didn't grow up with. Now it's other people from other neighborhoods, and like, yo, this shit different.
But you see him, like, you've seen my son, like he a big man. So like, if it goes left, like, I'm not worried about him not being able to defend himself. I'm worried about like somebody shooting him.
Well, that's a different.
Hey, let me see how cold you are. Give me a word that means something valuable to us that start with a B.
That means something valuable to us as like black people, or
no, just period. Like with a B, start with a B.
Bravery.
Damn. He cold.
Cause
he cold. He killed it.
Bravery.
He killed it.
Like when you do some shit and you scared to do it, but you did it anyway. Like,
but it has to be done.
Start
like
business.
Yeah.
Jumping off that ledge. Be here.
Look.
You gotta be here. You can't be nowhere
This,
to make money.
as much as I love Shop Talking, what it's grown into, I always get credit. Like, this was Jay's idea. When we recorded the first one, it was at was it your house?
Apartment,
yeah. It was at his apartment.
What?
And I'm thinking,
iPad.
I'm just thinking, like, Jay, my man's, and we had talked about doing this for so long. I'm like, I'll appease my nigga. Like, I'll do it. It ain't gonna be that big of a deal. And then when he called me back the next week, like, this is what we gonna talk about this week. I was like, oh, this a thing, because we was recording on Fridays, and like Fridays is prime fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's prime going. That's the start of the weekend, and I'm finna fuck. And like, I gave this nigga my Friday
for sure, and that's a big thing. And it's been every.
And you was living with a woman. I wasn't. Like, nigga.
Yeah.
This was
eating nuts.
Look, and I was working midnights, and my only off days in the week was Friday night and Saturday night. And one of them nights that I'm actually at home, I'm doing the podcast.
So look, I got kids, and Friday and Saturday I don't have the kids. This is cutting into prime fucking on the weekend for me.
Big fact. But
it's worked.
It's been every Friday since June 15th, 2016. You feel me? No weeks off. So that 356 episodes is straight. No weeks off from the doctor's bed.
Nigga, from the hospital.
He lost a parent. Like, it don't matter. We gonna do this shit.
Hey, bro, you too hard, because I don't like how you just spit that bravery out off that B. Look, give me a F.
Freedom.
Damn.
He can do it all day. It's my man's.
No,
he can go all day.
He can't do this one. A Z. I walk out, you say something with a Z. I can't fuck up and leave right now.
All right, listen.
I leave right fucking now.
Now look, you're not going. I'm gonna have to explain this, but I'm gonna say zebra. But it gotta. It's more
nigga different. Let me hear.
Listen. All right. So when you look at a zebra, and you be like, "Yo, this look like a fucking horse with black and white stripes," but God makes everything for a purpose, right? And I made him black and white with stripes to protect him. And you be like, well, that shit mean like, but you stand out because ain't nothing in the jungle black and white. You feel me? But a zebra, black and white stripes are made to protect them because we know zebras run in packs. So when it's a whole bunch of zebras and all of them black and white, the lions and the cheetahs can't decipher which one is which. It's just like a bunch of black and white stripes. So while you with your people and you insulated with your family, you protected. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, I'm gonna go. Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.
What I'm saying is,
I see y'all in a minute.
so the protection that like we feel safe when we with our friends and with our family, because individually you might be a victim out here, but when when you with your friends and your family, you feel a sense of security. You know what I'm saying? And that's the zebra complex.
Man, drop the bitty music. Drop the bitty music. My nigga. So look, this is the end of the show when we always had artists, when we had people guest on, period. This is their opportunity. Give people your socials, where they can find you, where they can get connected in, where they can get to know more about you.
You can follow me on Instagram, Skeechy Soul Saver 3. You can also pull up the King Clouds Hookah Shop on 7 Mile in Southfield, or you can also come to our restaurant on Northwestern Highway, Lily Mays, and I'll be there. Come get you this a specialty. You gotta ask Petey now. Cajun fried turkey leg with jambalaya on top of it. Woof.
I'm in there.
Okay. Yeah, we there.
We
there.
Matter of fact, come tomorrow. It's Jasmine Renee hosting in China.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
I'm gonna try and make it tomorrow. I know I got some of my kids tomorrow, but I'm gonna try and make it. Look, this your man Dame 3_313 on Twitter, Instagram. What's the other? Oh, and TikTok, because I still fuck with TikTok. Talk to me, at me, talk to me. I talk back. When you see the blue and the black, you know where the fuck you at. It's Shop Talk Podcast. Book some motherfucking time.
Oh, shout out to Skeechy Meechy for coming through. Love the conversation.
Absolutely.
We locked in, man. Whenever, like we said, whenever you come on the show, the door is always open. You know what I'm saying?
Just reach out to me.
Platitude that we throw out, we mean it. So we fuck with you. We locked in. Shout out to y'all, man. 356 weeks in a row. Shout out to that fucking balloon that got shot the fuck down from China. Oof. That shit is weird.
There's another one that they shot down today over Alaska.
Really, really weird. Y'all can know I can get into my conspiracy bag, but I'm gonna say that for another time. You feel me? You know what I think? I think the Patreon is really coming for. We got the shit going on This Week in Culture. It's doing really well. I think it's coming to the pod, or the video, because YouTube is
some hoes.
Some haters. Look, YouTube some hoes.
They made us work hard as fuck for them thousands, and they ain't paid. They ain't paid up.
Took it off. YouTube is dead. Yeah, like YouTube, you can't have ads in it if you curse. You can't cuss in the first 7 minutes, or the algorithm gonna snatch that shit off. And then you have limited. Like YouTube is not built for black content like that. You feel me? Because we a colorful people. We cuss. We do a lot of different things and advertise. Like, who the fuck can't cuss? You feel me?